That's not working. Let's try and do that properly this time. Hi, everyone. What is broken today? Apparently everything.
So is the state of the world.
Very true.
Yep. So, hi. Welcome to Roll4It, where apparently OBS thinks that's Roll20. Okay, OBS, you gonna... OBS is having a fit today. Technical difficulties. Right, everything is fixed. You saw nothing. We're good. Hi, welcome to Roll4It, where we never have any technical difficulties and your favorite YouTuber streamers get here to play some lovely tabletop RPGs. No technical difficulties whatsoever. So, welcome to Game of Thrones Riverlands, our Game of Thrones Song of Ice and Fire RPG, where things are getting interesting. This is the 4th to last episode now. So we're getting to that interesting point where things are starting to come to a head. Last episode, Declan got his mojo back. A prisoner was murdered, and everyone instantly knew it was Etheline because she was failing to sneak around the corridors covered in blood.
She's wandering the halls in a dress with blood. Hard to hide.
That's so on brand too, though, man. It's
so
perfect.
on brand.
She's just holding a dagger. Did I do it?
Yeah,
Did it.
it's covered in blood, hand covered in blood. You killed him, didn't you? Kill who?
But you've got a dagger. What dagger?
Just like knocks it down the hallway, and it's just like a distant clang, clang, clang.
Yep.
Clang, clang, clang. Ow!
Damn ravens!
Not a rogue. Gonna, note this down.
You don't say.
Yeah, so, stuff happened last episode. Stuff also happened outside of last episode, where we found that now 5 different people are declaring themselves king. I think we're up to 5. I think we're up to 5 now. It's a lot of people.
What?
5.
different
I know
people have declared themselves
3.
king. We've got Renly. Oh, it's not 5 yet. No, you're right. It's Renly, Rob,
Renly.
Joffrey. Has Stannis declared yet, or does Stannis declare soon? I think Stannis declares
Stannis.
soon. Yeah. Then we'll be up to 4, and then...
Oh god,
almost
there's a
5.
5th. Spoilers. No.
Yeah, there was fire, and then there was a comet and dragons.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
Forgot
that's
about
right.
that one across the sea.
Mhm.
Yep.
Declan declares himself king after the dream.
Oh, did I? I don't remember that. But it might be in the future. We'll see.
King in the nest. Very, very small area.
Mhm.
Yep. We're up to 3 out of the 5. We're almost at the 4th. So, quickly, announcements and stuff and all that jazz. We have today's supporter, Mitchad. Mitchad, thank you for making it possible to pay the majority of the cat cost today. Mitchad, thank you very much indeed. NPC name submissions are open, so if you're on Patreon at the hero tier above, you can submit NPC names, so do the thing. Also, the Davenmar Stadewell family tree, which includes extra incest, is coming out this week. Apparently it took
Ooh,
Bentham
just
a
what we
long
pay
time.
for on Patreon.
Exactly. Apparently it took Bentham a long time to do because incest breaks family trees, and the family tree generator was like, nope.
The generator.
It's hilarious.
Like, I think he had to Photoshop it together and kludge it because, like, it was just like, no, how can you do this? It's like, it's called incest family tree generator. No, it's fine.
Wow.
That's not a thing.
Wow.
That's
Bentham, the hero we all need.
That's amazing.
Yup.
Above and beyond for the last 3 shows.
That's why it took so long. All the other ones, he was
So
like,
sorry.
this is the thing. And it worked. But yeah, in addition, Maggie does have a family of like 40-something people. So she's got a...
Wow.
Maybe not 40-something. It's a lot of people.
Stop fucking your brother's uncle's sister's aunt.
Yeah. I mean,
Good.
you know. What's a little bit of incest between family members?
Can I just be your great aunt?
It doesn't. It's all in the family, baby.
It's all-
Yeah, I guess it doesn't
Put that
matter.
on a t-shirt and wear it.
Dang, Mom, you looking good today. Literally. Yeah.
Okay. The other thing is that later this week, me and Bentham just recorded a little thing, finding out what happens to Lord Tommen. In the meantime, we did some rolls. We
R.I.P.
rolled for your
Dad.
army. We rolled for Lord Tommen. And, yeah. That's going to be a little recording thing that we'll put up on Patreon at some point. You'll be able to see that. I'm not going to reveal what happens in it because you're going to find out relatively soon, but it was interesting. It was very interesting. So, that done. Shilling.
Two things, really. With that tone of voice, it's either he died or he impregnated like 3 other people.
Like, I'm just saying,
The latter
Caleb,
is way more logical.
You've got a lot of work cut out of you, Caleb.
No, I just. I literally. He's like, I have more kids, and I'm like,
I'm out.
Look, Caleb, like 9 months hasn't gone past, but
no.
but
It's like 3 random peasants show up with baby bumps. I'm just like, I'm out.
I wonder if he changed the timeline. Save somebody was supposed to die or some shit.
I'm scared for today. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't either.
Yeah.
You're making me nervous.
I'm gone next week, so bring it on.
And I can't hide it behind a beard this week, so.
Yep. Right, so if you want to support the show, you can do so over at patreon.com/roll4it. We're over different tiers and different rewards. We've gone over a couple of them already, but there's other stuff like after shows, MP3s, GM polls, behind the scenes information. There's probably a GM poll for Shadowrun coming next week. So look out for that. There's, NPC names and all that jazz. In addition, you can support over on Twitch, where you can subscribe. You get access to lovely emotes. The VODs will go up on YouTube, which only takes 24 hours because of processing. Both of those also get access to our Discord, which is a lively community of interesting folks who have very interesting conversations. At the moment, a lot of them are about Shadowrun 6th edition, and how everything is going worse every time you look at it. It's like, I will put that with more fire. Just pile the fire in the corner. There. Why do I have more fire? So yeah, feel free to join the Discord. Also, if you use tips and bits to go into the thing down there, physics will happen. And of course, you can support the show by just telling people about the show. Telling them how... Nerd to demonstrating that, thank you very much. Telling them how interestingly the entire crew have done, pruning their family tree.
Are you running that more trench coat or mohawk?
Mirror shades, so a bit more in the middle.
Gotcha. I like that.
I tend to run in the middle. Like, I don't like Pink Mohawk for Shadowrun because there are easier systems. Because why would you ever attempt the Shadowrun system if you could just like play Anarchy or any other game in which you don't need to do the complex rules?
Yeah.
So
There are fields at this table today.
there are a lot of
So
things.
many fields.
When was the last time Shadowrun wrote good rules?
Third edition.
Energy.
Sorry.
3rd?
Anarchy was still a bit poor editing from what I understand. I still remember. Mine's in binding still.
I mean, okay, so the German edition of Anarchy is fire.
Okay, the German edition of all the CGL products goes through Pegasus Games, who are great people, and they're all good rules, generally, from what I understand. Germans out there, go get Shadowrun 5th edition. It's 3 right now in German.
Yeah. Support Pegasus Games.
I mean, buying it for free is not really supporting them, but buy other stuff from them. Pegasus Games are great.
Definitely.
It's only going to be free until Shadowrun 6th edition comes out, so that was meant to be Gen Con, but it's now going to be October, despite the fact the book's already out and the PDF is leaked, but whatever. Anyway, do that. Right. That's all the shoutouts, announcements, and the shilling and stuff. So, we had a time skip at the end of the last episode. There's a red comet lingering in the sky. Declan got his mojo back. Someone was murdered. Ultimately, it came down to, I guess we're just going to accept that Ithleen murdered a guy, and we're going to move on, which is the general consensus, right?
Yeah, the family was like, everybody pack up and just Deal.
was a little more embittering than that
Yeah.
for at least Declan.
It's frustrating for Caliph, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, Declan, like Rooney's right. Like Declan it's more present in his mind at this point of maybe it's time to seek refuge elsewhere.
Yo.
Maybe this family is burning itself down.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
I will keep my comments to myself.
are you sure you don't find someone who's asleep and
Well, I
stab
mean-
those comments directly into their jugular?
A girl normally has so much to say.
Yeah, and usually there's guards around to hear it.
There are, especially now.
So
now.
many feels at the table today. I repeat myself.
So, people have feelings.
Wow.
Right. We're going to start off with a raven flying towards the Roost. Is an everyday occurrence, except for the fact that this raven is white. Mr. Raphael, the white raven lands, and you would know this is a sign that the season has turned and winter is approaching.
Oh, I ache as I get up to go check the raven. Does it have any message on it?
I believe they don't come on message. I believe they just say that the white raven is effectively the sign that it's turning.
It's okay, so that's what I'm saying. It doesn't look like it was sent by anyone. It's just here.
No,
nature-wise,
they're
like-
all sent by the Citadel. When the Citadel are like,
Oh,
oh,
okay.
the season's turning, they just send a load of white ravens.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. I get up. I go feed it something because it'd be nice to the messenger, right? And then the maester will hobble. Oh God, I guess hobble to go find. I don't even know who's in charge anymore. Is Declan around?
Declan's around, yeah.
And how many weeks have passed since the
Yeah,
the
do we get
family
house rolls?
gathering? Yeah.
Let's see what happens if we have any house rolls. If that's because it might.
There's
it
going
might
to be a
shift
house
things.
roll.
Okay.
So how long has passed? Let me see. There has been about a month and a half, I think.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
there's been time. There's been enough for a house roll. Question is, after Islene got a Talon off, do people still allow her to be the person who's doing mostly the stewardship at the moment?
I'd probably say no, right? And she's mostly going to lay low regardless. So honestly, I will abstain from doing a house roll.
So
this
are we
time.
giving this to Liana? That's the only other person that's in a place to do it.
I don't know. I don't think Liana's a bad choice. Despite her poor decision making in the past, she's actually started to make a shift, and this feels like a good opportunity for her to step up.
Head, but it really seemed like in the family conversation she realized the mistakes of her actions
Okay.
to some degree.
Yeah, actually, wouldn't Declan be the one to make the roll since you still would consider yourself?
I'm just a tiebreaker.
Yeah, it would have to be Liana. Oh, it can't be Jason, right?
And you can totally let me
You
do
could
it,
ask
but
Jason
we're
to
probably
do
not
it.
going to break a 7 on the roll.
We're not going to ask Jason to do it. I would say it would have to be Liana. That would be Maester Raphael's vote.
Okay. In which case, Liana would do it.
You know that we're up Schitt's Creek when Liana is our best option.
And she gets an 18.
That's not terrible.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's great.
Nicely done, Liana.
Which, looking it up now on the roll, Destiny Points map, family tree, House of Rook. There we go.
With every murder, Liana seems better and better.
18 is Blessing. Okay. So that's a pretty good buff.
The blessing of child.
Oh,
We get
God.
it now. Somebody's
Yeah,
pregnant.
3 new.
Those goes, not it.
Yeah, no.
It's Tommen and Rook. We all know this.
Oh my god.
You know what? What have you been doing recently that might contribute to the house growing? What area do you think the house would grow in from what you've done recently? Because I don't think negative population is a growth, really.
We've been training people, haven't we?
You trained
We would have
some-
started training some people, but there's not a tremendous amount.
Mm.
Most of our we have our garrison with us. The Green Infantry went out.
Yeah, the green
Oh, the gr-
infantry,
the-
the green archers, the green criminals all went out and they rolled some things. I'm just saying, they rolled.
Do we have like an options table? Is that a thing? Is there like a quick?
Effectively, it's like defense, influence, land, law, population, power, and wealth.
What about lore and influence? What are those tidy generally? Specifically lore.
Law is currently 28. If you get a +2 to that, which, I think a blessing will give you a +2 law. Actually, I'll say a +3. That would actually break you into the new bound. You would not take a -2 to House Fortune rolls. Actually, you should be taking a plus to this, I think, of... Yeah, you should be taking a +2 d6 to this. Actually, let's roll 2 extra d6.
Woo.
Really? Really? I rolled 2 1s. That makes it a 20. It's still a blessing, though. But really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Whew.
How the dice fall happens.
Yeah. You said it was lore, and what would be the other one? Fortune or
Influence.
influence? I mean, we did just make a bold decision not to allow at the end of last game we chose not to let them in.
Right.
So that would change our influence, and in some way it would have had to, right?
I just don't know how mechanically influence affects the game. Roleplay, I
Influence
can
is
imagine.
more
But
effective, like if you try to politically ask for something to a different house and so on. Like your influence is a measure of like how much influence you have around you. Yours
makes
is
sense.
currently
I
21.
like influence.
Okay.
Yeah, I think influence seems reasonable.
Okay, in which case
Actually-
I will up your influence to 23. There we go. Also, the music seems to have stopped the stream. I don't know why. Oh, for some reason, the tab has decided to mute itself. Good job, Roll20. It's just Roll20 is having all the things today. First it annoys OBS, and now...
I feel like you need a hug today, EE.
It's just one of those days.
I just want to really come through and hug you.
I could do with it. So, you have slightly more influence.
Okay.
Probably due to the part that you actually did send, 3 full units down to assist in the Siege of Riverrun. You did actually try your best. You sent everything but your garrison. And that probably adds to the fact that, yeah, you did try and contribute. And not only that, but those units were present. They were present, I'll give them that much, during the initial Battle of the Lannisters, and then eventually Robb Stark goes down and manages to relieve the Riverrun forces.
Right. Okay. Maester knowing all of this, Declan would be hanging around, right? You didn't peace out after the family gathering.
no, and it's been like a month and a half, so I can imagine that anybody in the council can call a meeting. So if that's something you wanted to do, I think anybody, because Declan still can't read.
The Maester has no interest in a meeting. That takes a lot of energy to call all of us together. That's like herding cats. He goes straight to Declan.
Okay.
He goes straight to Declan. Kind of comes hobbling in and he goes, Declan, Raven has come from the Citadel. Winter is coming.
What would that mean to Declan?
Typically, the Riverlands is kind of like one of the few food baskets of the area.
Okay.
Generally, it means you need to start storing food and so on for a long winter, depending on how long you expect the winter to be. Generally, winters recently have been relatively short and mild. There's been a very long summer. People probably got lax on the whole storing of grain thing, but you should be storing food now. You should be preparing for winter.
Are there any religious or superstitious things that I might be feeling?
Sure, roll me a knowledge religion.
Okay.
Let's get that religion specialty that we made a lot of time building.
Oh, you know what? I'm interested, but I want to go. I think the Maester has a history one.
At a 13.
Okay. With your background and with that 13, you would see it as this is effectively 2 warring gods.
Okay.
R'hllor and
The Great Other.
the Great Other. Both of which have ascendancy and descendancy. One time, one is stronger one time, the other one is stronger. And it varies. And that's why the seasons come and go as they do.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily mean that you're weaker. Sometimes in the presence of great adversity means that individuals are more powerful or strive for more. But it does mean overall, it does affect the world in that way. And that's how you would see it through a lens.
Okay. Well, knowing that right on the immediate forefront is that with winter coming, we need stores of food. I will find out how much we have in regards of food stores. What do we have to get us through the winter?
Not much. You had very low law until recently, so a lot of it would have been pillaged or people just wouldn't have paid. The tithes they're meant to do in terms of grain. So it's probably low. It's getting better because your law did go up. Your other stats are reasonable. So you probably have some.
Okay.
But you could do with saving more. You definitely could do with saving more. Luckily, what's your population? I don't think it's that high. No, your population is 31. I forgot. Yeah, your population is quite reasonable. You have a lot of people just not in any one particular place. So yeah, you would need food to... Currently, you could probably feed 5 points of population out of 31.
Oh, that's okay. All right, can we put in requisitions for food?
Effectively, you just basically have to put out a proclamation saying, winter's coming, we're really low on food, your food tax is going up, yes.
Then I will speak of that to the Maester. Maester, we are likely low on food stores. Can you put in a requisition? A proclamation for food. A tax. Do you think it necessary? I think our maester's having technical difficulties.
He's old, he sometimes just shorts out and glitches, goes from one freeze frame to another.
Yes.
Sometimes moves very slowly.
I will collect the letter from the glitching maester, and I will see to another of the council. I'll actually take the maester with me. Seems to be having a bit of a fit, an illness of sorts, something
Okay,
taken
in
over
which
them.
case, while you're having this discussion with the maester, I assume for some reason it's in the Raven Tower, so we can get to another plot point while we wait for the maester to not be drunk.
Sure.
Another raven flies in with a message.
I will take that message as well, and then call for anyone that can read. Literally anyone.
You have 4 guards with you at the moment because you never removed the proclamation that everyone should have 2 guards at any one time. So
Sure.
Probably one of the guards might be able to read.
Okay. Wait, is...
Oh, do we have a maester back?
Maester can read. There you go.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
The maester wakes up again from being passed out on alcohol.
Oh, this is too much wine.
Narcoleptic nap.
Internet. He just falls asleep. Okay, so nope. There it goes again. So okay, so one of my questions, EE, is I'm gonna try to hold it, see if it does better. Is when we call a requisition like this to call for food, what happened?
You went very robot-y, really hard. For like a minute.
What, I guess, who would we call out to? I mean, like other houses? Are we calling the Citadel? Like, who does the Maester know has enough storage to make that a reality?
So,
of being able to actually help us?
if you would to just nick or borrow or pay or buy food off someone, probably like High Garden, that sort of area would have some. The Riverlands have been quite pillaged now, so a lot of the people lower south, you're quite insulated because you're further north. But generally the idea will be from now until when winter actually comes, which could be, full on a few months to a year, depending on how quickly it takes place. You just need to up your taxes generally is the thing. If you wanted to not up taxes, you could just straight up go to someone who has the food and just be like, hey, can we get food off you for some reason? We'll pay, trade, barter, give you a daughter.
Free daughter. Sweet.
Just give you a daughter. Here you go.
I mean, you have Liana, and she's still
Yeah.
unmarried.
Yeah, of course.
And if Lord Tommen dies, I'm just saying, you've got a succession crisis on your hands.
Oh man,
Yeah.
if Tommen's dead, man, fucking peace.
Your stability tanks. You end up in a succession crisis. Everyone's like, tyranny goes up.
I need a new character for 3 episodes.
Would you like to play? No, that character's dead. I forgot what happened in the one shot. Yep.
Oh yeah, he's around. He's just not under our player control.
We
Yep.
got no food. Just saying, Dorne, you guys want a daughter? Because we need bread. Seem fair trade? Yay, nay? What are we thinking? How does this land?
Look, we almost had one of your daughters, and that was bad enough. We do not want any more. Please, do not send us any more daughters.
See you later, Dot. Your whole screen regions are gonna be fucked.
Oh no!
Yep. However, I have a thing for this.
Sweet.
There we go. You're all playing different characters now, but everything's fixed.
Who am I?
You are
You're
Caliph.
Caliph.
Yeah.
Hey, have fun. Who am I?
You're
No,
Ithleen.
Don't be so. Oh God. All right.
Wow,
go.
you know what?
You know I tease. You know I tease.
Okay, the one thing I want to see, Tracy, what's your Declan impression?
Yes, I'm interested.
want to see my Declan impression?
They're perfect.
Where's Jason?
I can't lie.
I cannot lie.
I love it.
I can't tell the difference. Bob, why are you on the screen twice, dude?
Just that good, man. What can I say?
Okay, I'll move you all around. We
Bye,
will
Dot.
carry on.
This is halfway through the walk, the maester just like, oh, a chair.
Yes. I'm okay with playing Caliph. Just every time someone looks at me, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It's true. And then you roll like 90 dice for bluff.
Yep. But we caught you on the count. It wasn't me.
Look, we caught you with the gun in the conservatory. You killed Mr. Mustard.
You were literally pulling the dagger out of his throat. I didn't do anything.
I was helping him. He had a dagger stuck in his throat.
Yeah, poor guy.
You then stabbed it repeatedly into him like 3 more times. I slipped.
I don't know what happened. He just tripped and fell on an ice pick like 6 or 7 times.
I'm just saying, you should be more careful around ice picks. So Declan, what do
Yes.
you do? The maester just shuts down and goes to sleep.
I'm gonna lay the maester down somewhere.
Gently in the hallway.
Yeah. Yes. Probably on a chair.
There's
That
loud
same
snoring
chair.
sounds.
Yeah. I will collect the letters and I will, following Mage's instruction, I'm gonna go to Caliph.
Okay.
I'm in my study as always.
I'll
Pop
knock
in.
on the door.
Yeah, and you can just walk in. I mean, your guards are your guards, so I'm just probably reading a book by candlelight or something along those lines, or just organizing for the day, depending on what time of day it is. I'll turn to face you as you walk in, smile very meekly, and my lord, how can I help?
At this point, it's probably routine that anytime I enter, the guards just kind of exit stage left.
Yeah, probably.
The Maester seems to have exhausted himself. He is rather sleepy. I've placed him in a hallway near the roost. These letters came in from Raven, and I...
Cannot read, and I can
Yes.
hold my hand out. All right, I'll take it. I'll pry open the wax seal and then take a read.
The first, I will say, was read to me by the Maester, but it came from a white raven, if that has any significance.
No, the maester wakes up.
I'm here. I'm so sorry.
You
Fine.
find yourself in a hallway. Actually, is where
Oh,
you're at.
where am I? What's going on?
You're in a hallway. You see Declan just heading into Callith's room.
Oh, Declan, where are we going? What's happened?
Can I get like a little Red Rider wagon and just pull the maester behind me, please?
You can have like a baby bouncer and just wear him.
Nice.
He's-
Yeah,
That's
perfect.
He's pretty light.
The real question is, do you carry me on the front or the back?
the back, definitely the back.
The back.
That way he can lean his head on the shoulder every
Yeah.
time he falls asleep.
Yeah, no, the maester definitely would say he would have meant to have called a meeting. So going and gathering everybody to have a conversation about it.
All right, there you go.
Exactly what my purpose was.
So what, knowing that you're awake now, and I've probably walked with you or carried you, or maybe even swaddled at this point, I'm not sure, to Caliph.
Okay.
We've gone to see Caliph, and Caliph is reading, he knows about the letter from the White Raven, and
I'm
so on
reading.
and so forth. We're here.
Yeah, I'm reading.
Okay.
What does the letter say?
Second letter, storyteller.
Second letter is from Edmure Tully
Mm-hmm.
saying, "Dear Rook family, Lord Tommen fought alongside myself
Mm-hmm.
and many others
Mm-hmm.
in battle versus the Lannisters.
I like skip to the end. Like, as soon as I see Lord Tommen battled beside me, like, yep. Yeah, all right, let's see what the end says.
He'll be coming north presently."
Wait, who's coming north? Tommen is?
Tommen.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, damn.
Father lived, and he's on his way north.
Well, this is wonderful news.
And exasperated, so I like, this was good news.
I kind of hand the letter to Declan. Are you going to tell him that his wife is dead?
No, I do not think so. It is best he learned in person. He still has many things on his mind, I can imagine. To believe that anything is less than perfect in his home might be a mistake.
And when he arrives, who will tell him?
I will bear the burden.
Are you sure, Declan?
Who else would tell him?
His
Lynn?
children. Yes,
Yana?
his children.
Would you tell him, Galeth? Would you be
I would.
there alongside?
I shake my head. He saw it. He saw to it that he waited 5 years to tell me she was even alive. I'm sure he doesn't want to hear from me that she's died.
It should be his daughters.
I nod when the maester says that.
If you think it more fit.
Ithleen or Leona. Either or.
I do. Forgive me for my bluntness. I fear Leona will. I fear they both will skew the truth of the situation.
So Declan, be present when they tell. Don't say anything, but just be there.
Leona has conceived this idea I'm keeping things from her. And since I was tasked with taking care of her, I see that it could very easily be skewed into me being involved.
Declan is the lord of the house as it stands. He should be there when Ithleen then tells our father.
And I'll be there.
This is one thing that Declan is above all else. It's honest.
And what are we saying about the boy who died at the end of his daughter's blade?
Same thing the commoners know. Ithleen was carried at knife point.
Declan, can you stand there and look at your lord and say this?
He doesn't need to know that Jorah is dead. He doesn't even know that Jorah was caught, does he?
He will ask.
Then he went to the front lines and died like he was supposed to.
This is where I will struggle with this. Your father more than most, and
Then don't answer
harder.
the question unless he asks.
You do not think it wise to tell him the truth.
That he was killed? That Jorah was killed by Athleen? I guess that'll depend on how he reacts to how his wife no longer lives. What mental state he will be in. But that's where you come in, Maester. That's why you're here. To care for a broken man when needed.
Then maybe it should be the small council.
We can all gather.
Declan, thoughts? Do you feel he would prefer privacy in the matter?
The Lord will mourn in his own way and in his own time. Did I notice that he, in the 5 years past, did he at least put on a face for mourning for his wife? Can I recall that? Is that a thing?
A little bit. In hindsight, it's more easy to see that the face was more sad that his wife has got so bad.
How did he react when Hoster died?
Worse.
Did he respond immediately, or was it over the course of weeks?
With Hoster, it was much more, he just became much more isolated.
Okay.
Because it was obviously an assassination attempt, and he was probably isolating himself out of I don't know who to trust anymore.
Okay. Then I will recall back to that time and tell them that he deals with things best alone. Can I recall anything about Yennefer in that time? Was Yennefer around for consolation?
A little bit. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I think if I noticed that, then the others may have noticed that as well.
You might realize that Jason was born about the same time that his wife died. He found solace somewhere.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure. I mean, while I can recognize that, I'm not necessarily sure if Yennefer was the mother. Especially since I've not been told otherwise.
Okay.
He will likely see to anyone he might confide in. Stress relief can be found in different ways. I find mine at the ocean's embrace.
Where does the Lord find his, Declan?
Mayhaps Yennefer. She was around more in the loss of his wife.
I see. He confides in her a lot.
Likely so. A comfort.
She was very distraught at his leaving.
She'll be happy to know he might return. That he is at least safe for now.
It's an odd relationship between Lord and Maid.
Is it? Things are different in the North. Titles matter much less.
The same could be said for the South.
We're much more similar than we'd thought. But here is different.
We can stand here and pontificate about how he will react. And no matter what we choose, it will be wrong. I feel his daughter should tell him. Declan, if you see fit to be there.
I will at least be watching on.
make myself available to him if he needs me. But I have a feeling he is not a man who confides in anyone.
I believe that to be true.
If you want, by the way, to have, say, Caliph give you the script of what to say in terms of like how to avoid doing deception badly, there is a rule for helping another character out, giving an aid action. I would say, effectively, if you wanted to, Caliph could give the aid action to Declan, which would allow Caliph to add his deception.
We'll put you a little earpiece
amount.
in, and Caliph will just talk through it. and
Like,
feed you
effectively,
the
Caliph is to
lines.
just be like, look, Declan, this is what you say, this is what you don't say. You know, don't like rub your palms together, don't like shuffle your feet, don't, you know, yeah, like he can add his deception number to your dice roll.
And
Yeah.
Caliph wouldn't offer that unless Declan asked.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think that one might be a mistake. One of my qualities is literally honor bound. I'm honorable to a fault.
Okay, yeah, in which case, yeah.
It's more likely that, that I would break the chair that he sits in before I lie to him. Yeah, I'm gonna opt out Xbox on this this lying.
The Maester, yeah. The Maester looks at both of you and says, "We should deliver the good news to Italy and Liana. It is a day of celebration."
Declan, perhaps you should go fetch them and bring them here, and we can have our meeting.
Very well, I will. I'll return shortly.
Oh, I'm going to sit now. And I find a place to put my old ass.
When Declan leaves, Caliph will kind of cross his hands and lean forward. Curious relationship between my father and the maid, eh?
Yes, she does not hide it well.
Not at all. Masks off?
Oh, Caliph, I never wear masks. They are too obvious.
Well, to some, maybe.
What do you have to say?
My father returning home is good and bad. Jason is not full-blooded.
You are telling me the legitimate heir is not, say, legitimate?
Welcome to the problems of the family, Maester.
Who knows this?
Myself and my father.
Oh, I am privileged into sharing such
I meant it
valuable
when
information.
I meant it when I said we'd work together, Maester.
Caliph, if no one knows this, then nobody should. I'm going to guess by the way you preface this conversation that he is Yennefer's child.
Caliph gives kind of a very nonchalant head shake. Your guess is as good as mine. It makes the most logical sense.
This is problematic.
His wife is dead at the very least, so there won't be that threat of her coming out against Jason.
I did not realize she was a threat.
If she had gained her sanity and realized that the heir of the house was not her child.
I see. We will keep this between us. Your father will probably not be pleased that I know. He is a secretive man.
To his own detriment.
How likely do you think it is that her death will break him?
I couldn't pretend to know, but if he kept her secret for 5 years, I imagine likely. It's why I tell you about Jason now, in case things go off the rails and rather quickly. We will need to react, and we will need to react with ease. Just be at the ready. I'm not expecting action, and I'm not suggesting action either. It's just something
Yes.
that has to be on the table.
Yes, the awareness is everything. Information is everything. I thank you, Caliph. I will be here for your father and your family.
As will I, to the extent that he'll allow me.
Well, we should prepare for celebration. This is, of course, a time to celebrate.
Of course. And he'll lean back, and I just wait for Earthling to be brought by Declan.
The maester probably sits there grunting to himself in perspective thought for a while in the silence of the room. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Caliph is probably doing something very similar. Probably just
They just
he's
grunt
probably
at one
playing, like-
another.
yeah, we're probably playing like different 3 games of chess, each differently.
Yeah.
Like, okay, what happens if this happens? How do we handle it?
Yeah.
Declan.
I'll see to the daughters. Tell them that Raven has arrived with good news. And that their assistance or their acquaintance inside of the council is welcomed.
Do you
That
fetch the other members of the council, by the way?
Daughters first, and then I will likely allow the maester to pass along the news to, I think it's just Ewan, right?
Ewan and Septawila.
She's indifferent. I mean, we can just pass that information along at a later date. It doesn't really seem like it's super pertinent to her since she's kind of wrapped up with Jason.
I'll go meet in Septawila.
Do you say it just like that?
Yes, of course. I am nothing but honest, Declan.
You've taken an interest.
It's Septa. She is good with conversation. There's more than one way to a man's heart, Declan.
I cannot see this possible through the scepter.
Why do you
I don't
look
want to think of
it. He's like, your face is very scrunchy. What is wrong?
It's... No. Just... It's... Let's talk of other things.
Do not
This is not
be
good.
alarmed. I will. Who was the other one we needed to fetch? It was Septa. I'll tell her. I can always tell her later. Because
It would be Ewan.
Ewan.
Sir
yeah.
Ewan.
You know what?
Yes,
I'm going
sir.
to give them both the choice. I will let them know that the family is gathering to share good news from a raven. I go to both of them. And if they would like to join, they are welcome to. They are part of the small council. They deserve to be invited.
Ewan would. Septawila would be somewhat indifferent.
I had a feeling.
Like, Septawila would be like, if it's important, I will be there. I can tear myself away from this riveting display of intelligence, watching, like, as Jason reads a very, very large print book.
Jason, how would you like to come and see the family? Take a break from reading. We have good news.
Okay.
The maester puts his arm out for the scepter.
Is there gonna be dick swinging?
Oh, let us hope not. That is reserved for much smaller parties.
Okay. Maybe later.
Are you
Much
looking?
later, like 15 years later.
At least.
Yeah, I look at Septa and squinch my brow.
He hasn't stopped on that since Declan.
I hate her. I hate the Septa so much. Declan did not bring that up. I hate her so much.
Oh, Septa, would you mind? And I put out an arm, a very frail arm, to escort her, and I'm like, come, Jason.
Not at all. Thank you.
We're basically keeping each other up, right?
Yep. You're balancing each other.
As we walk. And I will talk to Jason. Jason.
You're old.
What? This is a very true statement.
I love him.
You are young.
I'm almost 7.
Growing. I look right at him.
You're scary when you stare.
This is because I am old. What makes me scary?
Your face.
There are much scarier faces in the world, Jason. Look deep into this one.
Like, what faces? What faces are scary?
Oh, so many faces. Some people think Declan's face is scary. Some people think the Scepter's face is scary.
Really? Declan's not scary.
You think I am scarier than Declan? Will you tell him this for me? He would like to hear it.
As you get to the room.
Yeah.
Declan!
Jason.
Your face isn't as scary as the Maester's.
I'll look to Caliph and then around the room. I know. Thank you.
I told you he would like it.
This is nice. Why?
Why not?
Raphael said that I wouldn't tell you, and I said I would, and Raphael said that I should then.
So brave, childish, and obsessed with dicks, Declan.
This is not my fault.
Scepter says otherwise. Specifically, the swinging of them.
If we were around the table, I would lean in to Mathis and be like, apparently so was Hoster. Wow.
Oh, stay! I must recover Ewan, so I'll leave them and like bolster off to grab Ewan and return if Ewan wants to join as well.
Yeah. Sure, I can join. What's on the agenda?
Good news, boy. Come.
Okay, do I need any of my...
Come. Leave your shit.
Like, puts his hand on his sword and, like, hurries off.
like
with
waddles.
I'm assuming Athleen is there now as well.
Yes.
Okay. You will get there. You are all cloistered in. Do you go to a room that isn't Kayla's room, or are you just all going to jump in Kayla's room?
Is there not like a family sitting room? Do we all fit in Kayla's rooms?
You've
Where
got a
like
whole-
the council.
You've got a little, like, small council type area, like an office.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, you'll
I
get in
assume
there.
we would meet there.
Mm-hmm.
You get around the table. Everyone sits down. Some, like, water is brought. Some very watered down ale as well, probably.
So what is this meeting for?
Galeth, would you like to read the good letter?
I'll simply nod and reach out to wherever the letter is and begin to read it out loud. Read the whole thing.
Well,
Pay attention, Jason. This is the good part. I like smack him as it's probably long-winded and easy to ignore.
when does it get to the good part?
Shh, listen. Turn your ears on.
Still waiting. The letter goes on. The gist of it is, you acquitted yourself well in battle, etc. Blah blah blah. Your units did terribly. Lord Tommen had to fall back. He was wounded. Siege of Riverrun. After the siege, when it was being broken by the Starks come around the back of the Lannister army, they sallied out. The Tullys and the forces inside Riverrun all sallied out. Lord Tommen went with them despite having no army and fought like a beast. He rolled a lot of 6s. He is, however, because he went out with no army, very, very injured and wounded, and coming north immediately, and will need urgent medical care.
Great. This is good news. Your father is coming home. I will handle the latter part. Don't worry. Don't fear.
I'll bring up the other letter just to see that everyone else is informed in the council. See if anybody else might have a better way to approach this.
You mean the winter's coming letter?
Yes,
Letter.
and our food stores are also low, and we need to find the best approach to fixing the situation, aside from pointing out an immediate tax.
Mm-hmm. If your father is injured, he will be in no place to deal with such matters. Isleen and Liana, what are your thoughts on how we should begin storing food for winter?
Well, I don't quite know. It's not my expertise.
Yes, but you still have brain and therefore thoughts.
What would you do? What would you have the people do?
Perhaps we can go to our allies, the Rhymers, to help us with our food situation.
This is something we have not considered.
That would be my first thought.
Isleen, there are allies, but we haven't got a particularly strong alliance. Nothing has happened between our two houses to cement that.
Could you say that a little more suspiciously, Leona?
Yeah, because I would definitely like to assess this disposition.
That
You
went
can
right over
both-
Declan's head.
You can both assess disposition.
God damn it, Liana.
You take 7 dice to that. Good luck. A 22.
I just get a flat insight, so let's see. Just 12.
She's just being obvious.
Ooh.
Oh no! Just
Not if a
above
roll
it.
like that.
Damn. Okay. All right. Well, she's not as obvious as EE then. She's doing
Yeah.
a better job.
Yeah, she probably doesn't emphasize it the same way I did.
Okay. Oh, then the Maester doesn't pick up on anything. He goes, "This is a possibility, but Liana, you're saying we do not share in a strong enough."
She brings up a good point. We would need something to leverage this. It wouldn't be a fair deal if we just asked them for food.
Do we know how positioned they are to provide aid?
I thought Leona was supposed to be engaged to the Rhymers. Weren't we supposed to do a swap?
We haven't officially negotiated that, have we?
Nope.
No
Yeah.
idea.
Things happened. War was declared. It got
Gotcha.
busy.
Yeah.
Oh, and also you're busy
And so
killing
did
people.
Isleen.
You all have been very busy killing people in your own house to worry about marrying people elsewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the?
Could we reach out to our overlords more or less?
Yeah. Have we reached out to the Tully?
The Tullys,
But they're at war too, aren't
they're
they?
at war. They're kind of gonna take everything they have.
The one advantage you have is that you're the north of the area, so you haven't really been pillaged yet. The entire of the south has, and it's still pretty terrible.
Wait a minute, don't we have a? Hold on, we have I thought we had like a favor of sorts with Maggie's family. Didn't she come to
The
like?
Stade Walls. That was gonna be my suggestion.
Yeah,
We have a
Forgot
favor
about
from them?
I thought
Or-
it was like it was everything was very up in the air.
Wasn't it like militaristic support? Like, wasn't it like people, not resources?
They might have resources that we could pull from.
Well, if they're in our lands, they're also probably not doing so hot on food either.
True.
That much further north, they haven't really been attacked or anything yet. The probably down people because they sent people down south to war, but their actual lands are untouched because they're in the north.
Are they known for having these resources? Extra food? Do they farm or fish? Or...
They would have the top of a lake and a river, so they probably have fish.
Fish. Okay.
And you know what? Let's quickly do this. Let's find out what to roll for them to determine how much food they would have.
Okay, cool.
Starting resources.
We just got to figure out how we can feed the other 26 points of population.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't seem to like the idea of taxes.
Well, we just haven't discussed it yet with the whole fam.
Yeah.
Before my computer freak out, I completely missed the taxes conversation.
Ah.
Throw the tea in the river.
Oh God, you're not going to try democracy, are you?
The Maester is up for anything. I'm in my prime.
Sure. Yeah. Let me know. How are you up for those fighting skill rolls right now?
There are many ways to fight a war.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right.
Yeah. The Maester took his monthly collagen implant. He's feeling a lot better today. he said his monthly injection is fine.
He's having a very adverse reaction. He passed out in the beginning. Now he's like really hyper.
It was a rough day.
Okay. They have some?
Maybe if you gave them a good trade deal, they could probably spare some food.
Okay. Okay. And ladies, we have considered a tax upon the people.
Well, people should have been providing grain to the storehouses already.
Liana seems to think this is a good idea.
Well, taxing people would be, in my opinion, at the bottom of the list, knowing that taxes would be higher, would cause more strife among the people. I don't think it would be the best of options, but I don't think it is out of the question. If we could find a better solution first, perhaps we could try that, and then...
In a time of war with winter coming, I feel though the population would be a little bit more malleable to higher taxes. With their resources and without their help, quite simply,
Perhaps.
underfeed our army and we would fall.
True, but aren't the people pretty upset as is since we're kind of forcing them into war training?
I was going to say, I think that they're already pretty...
I have no idea. Are they miserable?
Yeah, what's the status of other people?
Like,
okay.
You're probably fine right now, especially since your people haven't been affected by the war, but people to the south have, so they've probably got the odd refugee come past telling them how terrible it is down south. So by comparison, you look like you're having a lovely time.
In CK2 terms, how okay are you?
You're probably on like +1 stability in CK2 terms.
Yeah, it's not bad, so we could definitely tax them a little
We
bit.
also just got rid of all of our prisoners. We have a much lower lawlessness in the land. They're probably happier overall. It might actually, I think it rises on my chart of things.
And where do you think that everyone else gets their food? Like, this is a feudal system. You give them the land, and they work it, and you're meant to get a share of the crop.
Okay, you know what, then... scrap what I said. That would be... I would agree with Liana then. That seems like a very, very good idea.
Okay, I agree. We should sure not to over tax them. Where are we at financially to be able to say buy supplies from a place not affected by winter? Who keeps our finances?
That would be
Let's
Liana
look.
Yeah, that's Liana and Ithline have been working on that.
Where are we? Do we have?
We have pretty good wealth.
Yeah, we were in really good standing with our wealth.
Yes.
And
At least for our size.
you've got 5 wealth that's not spent.
Yeah.
You were debating spending it on mercenaries at one point, but you didn't.
Yeah.
So you've got 5
Yeah.
okay. still left. Yeah.
I will make a suggestion that we do condition the people to understand the importance of taxes. Let us tax them. And then let us also put out a call to purchase some food for storage. Then the people will understand where their investment is going. Best of both worlds. And we are sure we have what we need.
Yes, I think
This is a good idea.
that is a good option.
I am full of good ideas sometimes.
Very much
Says
appreciate
Dot, not Maester Raphael.
very much appreciate your insight, Mister. Thank you.
Yeah.
What would we do without you?
Also, Declan, make a warfare roll.
Yeah. Command or just flat warfare?
Flat warfare. Strategy, if you have it.
Don't have strategy.
12, yeah. With the south being pillaged, your overlords, all the way through Mallister up to Tully, is probably going to say, yeah, we need extra food down here because everyone is going to die because we have nothing, even for the moment, because everything's slashed and burned. So you're probably going to get asked at some point relatively soon to give some food.
So it also wouldn't be a bad idea to have extra. Like it's a good idea to both tax and to bring in extra food for just to build. Okay, that's great.
Yep.
Mechanically
So-
speaking, by the way, that would be you'd lose some stats, but you'd gain influence because suddenly you're the one providing for the entire region.
Right. Okay.
Oh.
Well, would
Okay.
it be better to put in a trade route specifically with High Garden if we're going to trade, or would it be better for us to go to Dorne?
That Dorne was my suggestion.
We have a trade route with Dorne, don't we?
Yeah, you go down the west side of Westeros. Alternatively, you can go over to the Free Cities and stuff as well.
I mean,
Might
but
have been
like-
a little bittered recently with
If-
everything that's happened.
Honestly, a Caliph would offer to reach out to Dorne on behalf of the family.
Yeah,
And
it would be.
I'll likely reach out to. I'll send a trade ship that to deal with to talk to Dorne, but I'd also send a letter to Lavina, and not only check in to make sure she's good and everything's okay, and if there's anything we can do to help, but also give her small updates on the family because Caliph does care about Lavina. He did, so he'd give her updates. Hey, Liana is doing fine. She's good.
Mhm.
Kathleen is good. The mother is better than she's ever been. In Cal's words.
Caliph,
Do you write mother?
Yeah.
No, God no.
Okay.
you could...
No. I would make it clear in the letter that the family's doing well, but war has started.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
You
Okay.
could send Ithleen as well to go visit her future betrothed. As
Great
a-
idea. Ithleen goes along.
Who's
Go
escorting
visit
Ithleen?
guards, I'm assuming. Like it'll be on a trade ship. She'll have her own like personal guards, I'm sure, and she couldn't take like 3 guards for herself.
Yeah, you can take 3. I'm just like, you wouldn't be able to send a unit because you only have currently garrison.
No, I meant
Yeah.
like a small contingent of like 2 to 3 that she would hang
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Sounds like a
What-
lovely idea.
I was about to say, when would we send her? That's the other question. Because the Maester could escort her, but he want to take care of the father first. Like the Maester could
Oh,
if we
yeah.
needed like a because technically his job is to
I
ensure
would
that
like
part
to
of his
see my
job.
father before I go get shipped down to Dorne, if
Yeah.
possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So-
we'd have a few weeks. Yeah. So then, and I would want to make sure your father is well, and I've got him on track to health. So okay.
Bear in mind
Maester-
that you might need to stick around Mr. Raphael if he's really badly hurt to get him through everything. Just saying.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the situation is, so I can't really assess whether or
Yeah.
not I can go with
He-
Ithleen
it's-
or not. So.
The gist from the letter is he's pretty badly hurt.
Okay.
As in, imagine if he almost died, and Bentham and me had to roll 1d6 to determine whether he died or not because everything was so tight. It
Okay.
got close. So
Then I'll be here doing my job.
if you're going to send someone with Ithleen, it probably wouldn't be Mr. Raphael because you're going to be busy doing the healing. It's going to come down to you to save the family.
I'll go.
Right. Okay.
I'll go with Ithleen.
Okay.
I have a vested interest in Dorne anyway.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna marry Lavina?
Yes, the
I
plotting
just
begins.
might not leave Dorne is the problem. Like,
I'm telling you, what did Lavina tell you? She's like, you know why you're sick? You need some freaking vitamin B. Like, you need some sunshine. Come to Dorne and feel better.
I would send a raven ahead of time, however. I'd send a raven to Lavina to let her know that Athene and Caliph were both on our way to meet us at the docks.
Sure.
Okay. She'd prepare the family and everything that she possibly could to assure that they were comfortable.
Works for me.
And she'd make a very good argument as well for providing the supplies if she had any pull in that stake at all in that conversation.
They could probably. It would cost you wealth, but you could buy them. Everyone else is currently, like, the demand for food has gone way up since a lot of it's been burned, but they'd offer you it at normal rates probably without even having to roll.
Okay, cool. And I mean, the money would be coming out of, I mean, they're paying for it, right? The house, like,
Yeah,
Lavina,
you've got 5 spare wealth. You could buy, you know, a little bit of food here and there, increase taxes, and with a few good rolls about managing to get that tax in, which I imagine a strong Declan running around being like, have you paid your taxes? Probably works wonders.
Have you paid your taxes?
I feel like this is about to turn into Robin Hood. Sheriff of Nottingham has just arrived. Love it. It's so good. Okay. Yep.
Declan's like, wait, what are taxes?
I'm just gonna change my name to the Goon and put on a striped shirt and go door to door. Hey, look, you gotta pay your taxes. You paid? Tip my hat to those that have, and then walk away.
Okay. Oh dear. Okay, so does that sound like a reasonable plan then?
I think so.
Yeah, I think everybody's in agreement on that.
Cool. In which case, Etheline, you're leaving just after your father comes, and so you can say hi, bye.
Okay, that's
Yeah?
at least I get to see him.
Okay. Gonna time skip. It's only about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Your peasants are pretty trained right now. We'll go through them in a bit.
Heck yeah, peasants.
They're green, but they're actually a unit. That's the thing. A small party comes towards the castle, flying a very ragged, damaged banner.
Uh-oh.
There's 10 people in total.
Do they all look injured?
Various degrees of injured. Not that many people are horrifically injured because they dead. There is one person on a cart. As it pulls in through the gates, you can see it's Lord Tommen lying on a cart. His chest moves slowly up and down.
I probably look to the septa and any of the maids standing nearby, and like with my old crabby hands, I'm like, quickly prepare my chambers. We must move him.
Oh, fine.
Go.
Yes, okay. And they go, they do the thing.
Do the men look injured? Harmed, hurt, anything like that?
Several of them do. Like, there's like one guy with like an eye missing. There's just a big bandage around his head. Another guy is clutching like the stump of a hand. There's probably one who's leaning heavily on like a crutch. One of them has like a few fingers missing.
Jesus. Were you attacked on the road? Was the travel fine?
No, the Lannisters.
Who? Was it the mountain?
No, it was their army in the first battle. We got massacred.
Ooh. The maester goes, you. Oh, everybody that's like major missing stumps, like if they're bleeding out or they have holes in their sides, like I point them all out. And
No, they're not. Their wounds are like dead. Months old by now.
Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I will have to. I would still want to like make sure that they're well, like there's no infections and stuff. Yeah. And so I put you, and you. My chambers now. Go.
Just move inside. There's probably 2 of them who have vaguely fresh wounds that were done during the sally. But the rest are very old. They all hurry inside. You're left with a cart in front of you with Lord Tommen.
Declan, we have to move him.
I'll move him. Should be easy enough.
Can we do it? Yeah, I want to make sure he doesn't take too much more injury, but we've got to move him inside.
Okay. You move him gently inside. You just take your time about it, and you dump him inside. He groans slightly as you dump him onto the table. He's in and out right now.
Okay. As soon as he's on the table, I walk over to a bowl of water, and like rinse my hands of the dirt, which is probably dirty water as is. Who gives a shit, right? And okay. How do I want to do this? I guess I need to diagnose what's going on and see if I can figure out how to treat him first, or like what needs to be treated.
I would say in this case, I know how much you roll, and I know how obvious his wounds are. It's painfully obvious that he has repeated stabs, some crossbow bolts. One of his arms, his left arm, is like vaguely dangling at a very weird angle.
Okay, so probably dislocated shoulder and a couple broken bones. Okay, I guess I'll start the process of just trying to clean him up and start bandaging the things that I can. I feel like I have something that I can give him for not just the pain, but actually for the healing. Let me check what I've got. What have I got under these robes? Oh, yes, here we go.
Is there anything that I can do to assist?
You can just do the assist action. You'll add your healing as a bonus to the end result.
Okay, then it's 3.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to use fire milk for this one. It's going to stave off any kind of infection he has, and he gets a +1 die to endurance test regarding his healing over time.
He won't be rolling for healing, so...
Sure. And then, so the poison grants a 1d2 endurance and healing test made to recover from injuries and wounds on a success, and a +1 bonus per additional degree.
Okay.
I apply. How about that?
Oh.
I'll probably look to Declan and be like, that one, and grab the red ointment.
I will.
Okay, we're going to treat, I guess this is technically an injury, not an ailment.
Add 3 for my healing.
To the end, right? Just a flat 3.
Very last box, yeah.
That was not a good roll for me. 16. Oh, but you know what I didn't add? I didn't add the bonus die. Didn't I say I get a bonus die?
Yeah.
You do,
Right.
so you can swap out one of your die for your bonus die. So roll the bonus die.
Oops, I think I rolled it twice. Might be. Take the first one. So 2.
2.
Didn't make much of a difference.
No, doesn't. You've already got a 2 as your minimum.
Yeah,
so
it
16.
doesn't make a difference. Just a bad roll.
Do you wish to do anything with that?
I mean, I don't know what I can do. I mean, I could give up, I guess, the destiny point, the one I have today. I won't burn it permanently.
It's per day. It's not per
okay,
session.
so this
it's per day.
is a new day. So yeah, I can go ahead and...
Yeah, you'd be able to... Well, no, we're using destiny points as per session for regen.
Oh, are we? Okay.
Yeah.
You'd be able to get +1 on the roll, which would take you to 17. The thresholds are, I'm telling you, 15 and 21. 15 is troublesome physical activity. 21 is fighting, riding, hard physical activity. You know, like fighting in a battle and then coming north.
Right.
He won't necessarily die if you just go with a 16, but he will only heal on 21.
I mean...
You don't need to. It's just if you want to heal him, you would need.
I mean,
more
I want to heal him over time. I didn't expect it would heal him like instantly.
Yeah, so that's fine.
You
can stick with the 16. I'll make an endurance test for him. He'll get the bonuses. This is just to determine if he gets worse. He probably won't because he has bonuses, and you did roll, the threshold below, so it's not like you failed massively or anything.
Right. Okay.
So
yeah, I'll probably stick with the 16.
Cool.
Just because I can't actually burn another. I guess I could give it up the destiny point, but I've already done that once. We know how that turned out.
Look, unless Itzline is planning to come in here and stab her father to death.
Father.
Just saying. Okay, how much do you give to endurance?
You get a +1.
Dice or bonus dice?
Die.
Excellent.
Yeah.
He needs that.
Oh, made to recover and wounds on a success and 1 bonus per additional degree. So yeah, there you go.
How is that possible?
Shouldn't be. It should have rolled 1 dice. Yeah, I'll just roll 1 dice manually.
You got 0?
5. He doesn't get worse.
Nice. Okay, good.
So, yeah. You're both
Perfect.
scheduled to leave soon, Ethylene, but your father is here and vaguely in and out of consciousness.
I'll just kind of like, well, I don't want to get too much in the way, obviously, but I just want to go over to him and while he's awake, just like hold his hand and...
Ethylene.
You're going to be all right, Father. Mr. Raphael will take care of you now. You did good.
Thank you. How has everything been at home?
It's been all right. Don't worry.
Make a deceive roll.
I'm not going to tell him like our whole life
Totally.
story on his... Okay. Deceive. Bluff.
I'm dying, daughter. I miss you. Tell me about everything that's happened since.
It's been good. It's been all right. 16.
0. He has no
Oh.
dice because he is wounded to the max.
He said, oh, yeah.
I rolled 2 6s as my bonus die, but I can't use them. Makes me feel very sad. That's good.
I'm okay with this.
I just kind of like kiss his hand. Myself and Caliph, we need to set off for Dorne soon.
The marriage.
Yes, there's a lot to be done.
You're
I'm
coming
just happy
back.
to see you. Yes, we'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back to see you again.
Okay. You've grown up so much.
Thank you, Father. Rest well, and I'll see you soon.
I will.
The Maester will follow Ithleen. Like, if you go to exit the room, he's going to follow you. Because you just totally lied to your dad a whole lot. And he totally gets the bedside manner, so he'll follow you. Your father is healing so slowly. When he is back with his strength, you may not be. Should we lie to him? Is this what you want?
I can't say. Look, I know. I just lied to his face. What Caliph, the story that you discussed earlier, I think that might be best for him to hear. I can't consciously say, yes, I want that. I want us to lie to him. But sometimes people need to hear some things at certain times. Perhaps, yes. For now, he needs to be told this.
If this is your wish, I will keep my mouth shut.
Seeing him in all that pain, it just doesn't feel right for him to be in more pain.
Mm.
But I don't know, you're very smart, Maester, and Declan is very insightful. I know you guys will take care of him.
Of course I will. This is what I promised you and your family.
Thank you.
You'll be safe in your trips. and come back.
We will.
Unless you decide you like Dorne, then you stay. It's a beautiful place.
It is indeed. And I'm very excited to go.
I encourage you, when you meet Lewin, to
Take a coloring book.
take a coloring book and some blocks. When you meet Lewin, keep an open mind and an open heart.
Of course. I know the things Lyanna has told me about him. She has not spoken ill of him.
But she has not spoken fondly either. Aisling, this is a chance for you to make your own decisions on the matter. Not influenced by your sister in any way. For this is now your destiny, not hers.
Yes.
I will tell you this, the Sheikh family, they will love you. They're going to show you many beautiful things. You are lucky to be in a place to marry into their family. And that comes from Raphael, not the Maester.
Thank you. I feel very lucky to even be able to travel there and have this opportunity. And it pains me to leave my father like this, but I must say, I am looking forward to what awaits in Dorne.
Then have fun. And make sure Khalid has fun.
I will do my best.
He is as old as I am, at heart anyways. He needs to laugh and lay with a beautiful woman and many things that Dorne can offer him.
I will do my best, but Khalid is not easily influenced, and he will do it with
because you do not know how to influence him.
Perhaps with some Dornish wine.
Perhaps with some Dornish wine. Go sleep. I must tend to your father.
Thank you.
Oh, and do me a favor. Give this to Lavina for me. And he kind of leans down and just like places a very like platonic kiss on your cheek.
Oh.
And he says, I miss her.
Oh god, Islin's gonna sleep with Lavina.
Yeah, Lavina gets a round family. Hey, she can hit 2 siblings while they're both in Dorne. It's great. Yeah, the Maester simply kind of pats you gingerly on the hand and wishes you well again and turns and goes in and his door closes behind him as he continues to tend to your father.
Okay, yeah, Eveline will find Khalid and prepare to set sail.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. Let's take some books.
Yeah, usual.
Okay.
Some light reading.
Light reading. You see, like, guards.
It's like the history
Several.
of Westeros from X to X, and then the next one is like the next history of Westeros.
Hey, Eveline too. I love books. I will gladly take.
Push his books. Like third one down is so how to become a maester. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's.
Islin's is like how to win friends and influence people.
Yeah, I need some books on influence or deception.
The art of the deal.
Yeah.
That's why you're so bad at it.
Okay, so Isline, Khalid head off. Dawn. Mr. Raphael, you're left healing. Declan is left as the tax collector. Working closely with
I'm gonna have to roleplay
Lyanna.
with. Yeah, I'm gonna have to roleplay with Lyanna. I am not excited about this.
Yep. Yep, she's the one who's doing the stewardship while you're tax collecting.
I lied. I snuck on the boat. I was there all along.
You see Declan just put his head out from like behind like a massive book, just like...
Liana's going to knock on my door and push it open. There's just going to be a crudely drawn sign that shows a fishing pole and just a picture of like a busty woman. It's like, it's Lavina. Gone fishing.
Yes.
The entire house is just like, nope, this is too much drama. We leave to go to Dorne. It's like, okay, good. Then you find out about all the drama in Dorne. Then where do you go? Just keep moving.
Just don't stop.
Go back north. Well, it wasn't actually that bad here. It's wrong the whole time.
Declan? How's the tax collecting going?
As you might expect, no one is as interested in relieving their coin. But it's necessary. How are things with you?
Fine. I want to say thank you.
What for?
Other than the obvious, everything went smoothly while my father was away.
It was no thanks to me. It was the council.
I don't know who else to talk to, but I apparently need to get married soon. Father's back, and I'm getting old. She's, oh my god, she's almost like 23 or something. What
This
the hell?
breaks my heart.
That is really old.
Have you considered suitors?
Don't do it, Declan.
Who?
I do not know. Whom would you marry? Or obvious bachelors?
People were suggesting Robert Reimer, but I don't think he's an option anymore.
He was married without knowing or telling anyone else in the Riverlands. Were we not invited?
No, I think that he has interests elsewhere in the Riverlands.
Oh. What other options might there be?
There's always Lord Mallister's son, but it's unlikely we'll be able to swing a marriage of that import. And I don't want to leave my family.
You spend all of this time in Dorne. You come back. And now things are not easy here. Would you not see it to go to another home?
Rightly or wrongly, this is my home.
Why don't you wait to speak with your father when he is well? Perhaps he has ideas as well.
I'm sure he does.
Are you fine, Liana? You seem as if something's bothering you.
It's just something that's been weighing on my mind, is all.
Is someone bothering you?
Well, the entire Lannister army, but no.
I understand.
We have a new king.
I've not heard much about our current king. Nothing good, at the very least.
Well, he's betrothed to a Frey, so...
Out of game. Whom? Who? Is it Rob? Okay. I was speaking of Joffrey.
Yep. It makes total sense for Declan. King Rob Stark.
Hmm.
Sorry, there are a lot of kings right now.
There are. What? I've heard nothing good of the Freys. Why is he married to a Frey?
They needed the crossing.
This cannot make him happy.
Probably not.
Why does it have to be so hard? Why cannot anyone in the Riverlands, below the wall, marry whom they wish? To bed whom they wish. Why is this such an issue?
Declan, I like your way of thinking. It would be simpler.
Your father thinks so too. But he honors the current traditions.
What about before all that marriage?
What do you mean?
I mean, you've visited the brothel.
Yes, I have.
So has that Lannister boy you were hanging out with.
This is completely missed me. What Lannister boy was I hanging out with that was at the brothel?
Theron.
Oh.
Not strictly a Lannister, but yes.
Ah, yes. Tiny wife. He did, yes.
Well, women are held to a slightly different standard. After all.
What of Theron? Have you considered him a bachelor? I am convinced that you could best him in combat. Easy for you.
That's tempting. I thought that Andrea Stadewell had her eye on him.
This cannot be. I will slay him in combat.
Declan?
Liana?
She leans forwards. Well, maybe I should marry Andrea Stadewell.
If she is happy with this, then this is fine.
Would I have to slay her in combat?
No, I don't think that you would marry then. Only her suitors. Which that would mean that you would have to fight me. And I do not think you would win.
You're suited to Andrea Stadewell.
I desire a battle queen.
Oh.
This does not make you happy.
Well, you know, the nights are getting shorter and it's getting cold.
Start a fire.
We'll take your advice.
You're not being forward. You're still hiding something.
Look, my dad's lying in a room nearly dead. My sister's away. My half-brother's away. My brother is dead. And my other brother is a 6-year-old. Can't a girl long for some entertainment?
Would you like for me to call for a fool? We will dance for you. Or are you seeking... Did you wish to go to the ocean's embrace?
I don't think I could go there.
It's fine. I think I could get you there. Lady Anna could treat you well.
I'm sure she could.
She has just about everything that might suit your needs or desires.
What about a battle god?
Battle god. Likely someone dressed as such. Not capable, I believe.
Well, I want someone capable.
Out of game? It's totally just not dawning on him. Like, it's not even a possibility.
Oh, I realize. This is great.
Yeah. Do you have anyone in mind?
Well, I had someone in mind.
Whom? Is it someone that I can speak to?
Someone very close.
I do not know.
I'm gonna roll. I need to roll for her. I'm gonna make her roll a will roll. Come on, give me a 10.
Oh my god, Declan needs a
Triple
wingman so
sixes!
bad.
She got a crit success. All 6s.
Wow.
Declan, she kisses you.
Oh.
I pull back, confused. And then it dawns on him. I blink a few times. Probably blush, and then I walk away.
Don't even address it.
Yes. I wonder why she kissed me.
Maybe I should ask Caliph. I'm sure he can give me advice. He's not here. Damn it. I should send a raven.
I
Please,
can't
write. I need
Damn
to
it.
find a guard. Guard!
Draw a crude picture, send it my way so Caliph knows not to come home.
Yeah, help. I need an adult, please.
Random guard, please write this down for me. The daughter of the house wants to do the sexy time. Should I swipe left or right? Please reply. Dear Caliph, signed Declan. Thank you, God.
I mean, okay, so like, I feel like there might be a small amount of explanation here, right? Like, he's been here since she was 13, and it's the Lord's daughter. And while he may not necessarily honor their traditions, he understands that likely his best friend, which is the Lord, would not approve of this. So it's been like way out of his mind for
What?
since he got
Your
here.
best friend doesn't want you to fuck his daughter?
Yeah.
Mathis, you've been watching too many videos, mate.
I mean, you know how it turned out for Lavina, and she wasn't even his friend, so...
Well, I mean, I at least have confidence knowing that one of his children likes the opposite gender. Just slightly.
There's one of everything in this family.
His family's
Uh,
fucked.
We're interesting to say
We
the
haven't
least.
figured out Caliph yet, though.
This
I
whole
have a bet that
family-
he's asexual.
The reason this whole family isn't in the books is because they didn't make it through the first 100 pages before just dying off.
I think Caliph has just chosen not to be sexual on the basis of looking at his family and being like, nope. It's what trouble's worth. Nope.
I like it into him thinking girls are just tricky. Girls are icky. I mean, tricky. Ew.
They have cooties.
Ew, girls are icky.
Okay.
Honestly, I thought it was because he was just kind of ill, right? Like you.
Well,
you
he
didn't
is
have time
permanently
for it because
ill.
you were Like,
He is
yeah.
permanently sickly.
That don't mean your bits don't work.
Fair. It just boils down to
we never exactly said what his illness is, so
there's genuinely not a single family member where love has helped them.
It's
In any-
impotence. That's got to be what it
Every
is.
single family member loving
have
somebody
to-
has gotten them fucked over.
Hi,
Doesn't
welcome to
have
Game of
be about
Thrones.
love. It's not always about love, yo.
Or
Sometimes
bonking,
you
or
just
just
need to
plain old
bonk, yeah.
Like, stop getting in between.
Tell
the
me
legs
one
of the-
romantic or sexual relationship in Game of Thrones that worked out well.
This is coming also from the character who's what?
Wasn't it-
I'm guessing he's a virgin, right? Kellis a virgin.
Oh yeah,
he
100%.
would
didn't see the-
totally change his tune.
Yeah, I didn't see the last season, but I heard that things kind of worked out between Gendry and Arya.
Yeah, totally. That went well.
Yeah, that worked out really nicely. Yeah, Gendry didn't end up with his
Oh
heart
yeah, Sam and
completely
Gilly.
broken.
Done. Sam and Gilly.
Great, a single couple in all of Game of Thrones history.
Well, that we
Great.
know.
Our odds are really in our favor here.
Yep. And how did they manage that? By running away from all the obligations on every side, as in running away from Craster, running away from the wall, running away from his home. His entire family's dead. Her entire family doesn't exist, and he's raising her baby by an evil, effectively mini warlord. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a.
Yeah.
That's
right.
That's how you get a stable relationship in Game of Thrones.
But
That's
the
what counts.
the eldest Lannisters didn't. I mean, aside from sickness, weren't their relationship fairly happy?
The who?
The eldest Lannisters before he took an arrow in the gut.
Oh yeah.
That happy relationship until she took with illness and died.
Yeah. But that some
I
would
had to
say
find
that's
one.
the fate's outcome of the
I'm pretty sure that taking an arrow to the
of
gut
the
is not a
happiness.
happy ending. Yeah.
Wow.
So, before we go to a break, Declan, roll me a some sort of roll to help.
Roll me a d6, see if your kiss got her pregnant.
Whoa! What the hell? Wait,
That's how,
Callus speaking?
Yeah, actually, Declan.
this is how Caliph believes it happens.
Yeah, that's what he's like. Kisses make babies.
Declan,
Clearly, his father kisses a lot of people.
Oh man.
Declan, I will need you to roll me a fortitude roll.
Okay. All right, you got it. Fortitude. What's is it
Resilience.
resilience?
Why?
It's very
Healing?
important.
This isn't on the. I don't have these things.
Okay, just a flat fortitude then. Stamina, what's that called? Endurance, that's the one. Derp.
Okay, yeah, stamina. Yeah, I can do
Endurance.
that.
No, endurance, resilience. But whatever. That is, yeah, you don't catch cooties.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Like I
no
said here.
family cooties, just be spread.
There we go. Good luck. Yeah, if you can roll me something related to collecting taxes, whatever you would wish, it will be less effective depending on what it is, but
I mean, I've got status reputation or I have command warfare.
status reputation will be a good one because you're scaring people
Okay.
into taxes effectively. Not gonna lie, it's basically what you're doing.
22.
Well, that works.
That's 3 6s and a 4.
And Liana rolled 2 6s, a 5, and a 4. 22
Killing
and
it.
21. You two make a good team. I'm just saying.
I see what you're doing. I don't like it.
That's the first time Declan has ever said that.
Listen. I know that I'm not having sex with you. I'm just not gonna do it.
But Declan, I've tried so hard.
Oh god, I need to wash
Ha
myself.
ha ha! He fucked me in Vampire, but he won't
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly just
Wow.
Liana.
Feels again.
Okay. Really? He did you on a dirty alleyway, Mathis, in
A
exchange for...
homeless woman. That's just how good I am.
There was information to gain, and I had no power whatsoever. You put me in too high of a position this time, my friend. Now I've got options.
Yep. But Mathis, you slept with Nosferatu.
Listen, sometimes the standard
We
sets
all
drip,
do
drop a little just to get your D wet.
Damn.
Dice. It's D stands for dice. Okay,
Exactly.
calm down, everybody.
Yeah, get those dice wet.
Oh no.
This is what happens.
We are
when I
going to a
don't-
break. When we get back, Epheline's gonna be in Dorne. And...
How Caleb comes back after visiting Dorne.
I'm gonna put the break screen up. I'm just gonna put the break screen up. That's it. That's it.
Bye,
Put the
guys.
break
See you in a
screen up.
minute.
Bye. See you
Please
soon.
don't go anywhere.
Don't leave us.
story that reminds me of.
Anyway, I'm going to ask you about that later, Magus. I am going to ask you about that later. Anyway, that was a perfectly normal break.
Yeah,
It's
it was.
fine. I'm fine. I'm doing
Hi everyone. So Declan and Liana are the perfect taxation duel team, apparently, and they rolled really well. So y'all getting all the food in right now. Meanwhile, Etheline and Calith are popping down to Dorne for a quick siesta to talk about some trade, so Etheline can see the person she's totally gonna marry.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Calith gonna do a quick chat to Lavina. So, who would like to go first in Dorne?
I don't plan on being. We'll knock the new Lavina thing out of the way early because I don't think it's going to be that long. So, I just wanted to, like
Yeah,
I said, I
it's
was hoping
true.
she
It's
was.
Do you
kinda-
even know
it's-
who I am, Mathis?
Well, no,
Most long-winded human ever.
it's Calith's first time, so it's not gonna be that long.
Exactly. 5-10 minutes max.
Minutes?
Yeah. Listen, Caleb, he's got some stamina.
What's your stamina?
Probably not very high, actually.
I believe you have endurance.
Lavina has the stamina.
What is stamina under endurance? He's got endurance too.
So
Hang on.
average, no stamina.
So average. It's okay. Refractory period.
There's
Just look it
nothing
up.
wrong
It's all
with
fine.
being average.
Exactly.
It's very average on the roll.
I'm average and it's great.
You're exceptional to me, Mathis.
She takes This thing is off the rails. Today's game is off the rails.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Is it just the weather? Is it the date? Is it just one of those?
No,
Is it because I don't
It was Liana jumping
Declan.
Declan.
What?
Yeah.
It was totally Liana.
I just wanted
You-
some
you
of the
did this,
Thicklin.
Iggy.
I wanted some Thicklin.
You did this.
God. You acknowledged it, therefore it is now officially real.
Not in character yet. Wait for it. Lavina's
Would
gonna
Lavina be-
sit there afterwards.
would
She's gonna
Lavina be
smoke and be
at-
like, "So it really is a Thicklin."
Would Lavina be at the dock as I would have hoped?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure. If she knew you guys were coming in,
So
she would have
you're
been
gonna
kind
see
enough
Lavina
to.
too. You're going to see Lavina as well, even just momentarily.
Okay. You pull into the dock in Dawn. It's hotter. It's drier. There's a huge... If it was anywhere else in the world, it would be called a fjord, almost. But around here, it is simply just an estuary that opens up into a mountain ahead. You can see a castle built into the side of the steep, craggy face as it comes down towards the river. And on the dock is a familiar face. Although
She
probably
holds a giant jug in the air full of Dornish wine.
she probably has like slight bags under her eyes.
Yeah, she's it's definitely Vina, but she leans heavily on the post to keep her upright.
Calith would smile faintly, and as he kind of hobbles his way over to Lavina, greeting her with a smile. It's Lavina.
Oh, she's big armed. It is so good to see you both. And she'll just like toss her arms around the both of you in a kind of mutual giant hug. She smells of lots of Dornish wine.
My, you've been busy today, Lavina, it seems.
No, I have not. I have not been busy.
Oh, Lavina. I've missed you.
Oh, I have missed you both. Surprisingly, I know, but it seems they did not miss me here in Dorne very much.
Well, I'd like to, we're here on business, obviously, and Etheline is to meet who she's to betroth, your brother.
Oh, well, yes. Lewin is inside.
Lavina, I'd love to spend the evening with you and just catch up.
Oh, I bet you would. She'll like toss an arm around your shoulder. She says, Evelyn, come. I will pass you off. We will get you sorted in new dresses and ready for dinner.
I'll reach over and be like, let me see that wine. And like, you take a sip.
Yeah, drink
Hand
it.
it
She's
over.
been drinking straight from the bottle.
I'll take the bottle as we walk, and I'll kind of do one of these and put it on the ground and keep walking with it.
Oh, it's fine. There's more inside.
Ideally, the plan is to get Lavina sober because he's not going to talk to her while she's drunk like this.
I was about to say, yeah, she's you can't tell if she's like, it's one of those things. Is like, is she drunk or is she just being a bitch?
So we'll see. Time will.
Yeah,
pass.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Have to see. I guess we'll do with Lena the brother first.
Yeah, we walk off to find quiet. Lavina knows where she. If we're looking for a quiet place to talk, Lavina knows where to take him.
Works for me.
The snake pit.
No, God.
Her favorite place.
Okay. Etheline, you're greeted. You go through a lot of typical formalities, meeting the parents and so on, and then you are left with, I believe he's 13 now. Dot?
Yeah, I think.
How much time has passed?
1.5 years, maybe almost 2 now.
He was 12, so he's almost 14.
Yeah, he's about 14 now.
He's just before 14.
Yeah, so, pretty much an adult, almost as Westeros is concerned. We're using show ages because otherwise it gets a bit creepy trying to be like, I'm 11-year-old and I will totally be married, and then on the wedding night we'll do, and it's like, nope.
Yeah.
So we're using the show ages. So he's 2 years away from being able to be married, but 14 is kind of that area where he's considered able to do stuff and lead stuff and be involved in decisions.
Right. Hi. Lavina Ithleen awkwardly introduces herself.
Hi.
It's nice to.
You're very pretty.
Oh, thank you. It's nice to finally be able to meet you, Lewin. I've heard a lot about you already. Is he just not paying attention? He's just staring off.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Great.
Oh, God. So, how have things been? She'll just try to continue to talk to him. Is anybody else in the room with us, or is it just the two of us?
There'd probably be a scepter or something sitting off to the side because you're not allowed to be alone.
You're alone.
Right.
You're like, a girl has to take a life.
I'm just saying, it's happened
that's
before
dark.
in this castle.
Yeah. Ithleen will just kind of look around awkwardly. She probably feels very awkward in this moment. Look over to the scepter.
Was your journey good?
It was lovely. Yes, a very long journey, a very long trip. But it's nice to finally be here. Hey, you know what? Why don't you show me your favorite place here in Dorne? This is my first time here, and I have no idea what's around, what to expect. It's so hot. How do you survive in this heat?
We don't wear furs.
I see that. You wear very little clothing here. Do you think maybe you could take me around and show me your favorite places?
Make a persuasion convince roll.
Persuasion, convince. Come on. Ooh, 18.
Hey. He leads you. Shows
She
you.
kind of.
a
She
beautiful
tries to
garden.
be as courteous as possible. She'll depending. I don't know how he would react. She grabs his arm, or very friendly, not weird or anything, or even trying to be pushy, but just kind of holding his arm, trying to make the best of the situation and not be rude or anything like that.
Okay. He's a bit iffy about the touching of the arm, but he kind of accepts it with the 18. Shows you into like this beautiful garden. Like lovely, like very spindly trees, a lot of spare space, beautiful flowers that have been cultivated even in this like humid heat and so on. And you can see one side just completely falls off, and over which you'll see the sea. Beautiful, like emerald, almost turquoisey glint to it. Sun playing across it.
Wow. Just kind of take it in for a minute. This is nothing like the waters by us. So vibrant. So pretty.
There's a lot of fish in it.
You're very lucky to be able to wake up every morning and see this beautiful sight. Well, one day, I guess I will be doing that too. I get to see this every morning.
Are you going to be my new wife then?
So they tell me. Yes, that is the current arrangement. Something happened with Liana. If you remember, she will be staying back in the Riverlands. And yes, in a few years.
I didn't talk to her much. She spent most of her time with Lavina.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, but the few times when I do visit, I'm sure you and I will be hanging out a lot, spending time together. If you're okay with that.
I'm okay with being married to you. You seem nice.
That's good. You like books? Do you like to read? Oh, that's good. Well, I did bring some books with me from Riverlands. They might be a bit different from the books, your Dornish books. I like to read and study. Perhaps we can do some studying together. Out here by the oceans. It's very nice out.
Okay.
Sounds lovely then. And I'll try to go get some books, ask if they can bring them from the ship, and just kind of read by the ocean with him.
Aww.
Like a good caretaker.
Oh.
Come, husband. Let's do your morning reading.
Oh.
The sheep jumped over the gate.
No.
The dog barked at the fence.
You have to bear offspring from your husband.
Look, he's got a few years to worry about that still.
She's like, I'm just dealing with right here and right now.
Look, I just met him, okay? We're trying to make the best of it.
The problem
Last
for
half
future
full.
Ethline.
Yeah, it's a problem for future.
Look,
That
if
is how
I just
Ethline
stab
lives her
this
life,
guy,
right?
he'll die.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
actually.
What about the knife? That's for future Ethline.
Yeah.
There we go.
That is exactly how she thinks and looks at situations.
Oh no.
Anyway, yeah, she will just spend some time. I'm sure Liana didn't handle it well when she came here, which is why she went off with Lavina. But Ethline will try to take a different approach and try to understand him, hang out with him and understand how he's feeling about everything, and try to chat with him the best she can. Read some books with him. Try to make the best of it, okay? Optimism. Also,
I like how you say that. It's like not trying to make the best of it. It's trying to make the best of it. It's fine. It's fine. This is fine. It's going great. I'm so happy the situation's to stand out. Make me a persuasion.
Okay.
Charm roll. Get that convince going. Not convinced. Yeah, convinced. Sure. No,
Convince?
Seduce. That's what we need.
I don't have that, so I'll just do a regular
I would
persuasion.
have guessed. Okay.
11.
Yeah. I'm tired of looking at books now. I want to go inside.
I usually spend a few hours reading, but that's fine. We can go inside.
You read slow.
No, I read quite a bit.
Maybe he's a hyper genius.
Could be.
I mean, he's autistic,
Aw.
so he probably actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
he's really clever.
There's hope for you yet, Athleen.
He would make a great maester.
Right?
A very specific kind of maester. You probably need more than one maester because you'd want a normal maester to do the normal stuff and then him to do your like actual reading and research and stuff. Maybe like a council of maesters.
Maybe somebody should. Maybe Athleen will bring that up. Like,
You know what
maybe
you should do? You should
be
send
getting
your
married
only
off.
surviving child to be a maester.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Alas. Okay, well, she'll go inside and maybe just say goodbye to the beautiful scenic ocean for now and head inside. Maybe try to spend some time with the family.
Okay. Make me another
Persuasion?
roll. Just generic persuasion for this one.
12.
Really? You're rolling a lot of ones. The family think you're nice enough. You're not Liana.
Okay.
You at least tried. She kind of didn't.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, I could tell. I bet Liana was just impatient and not,
She tried a bit, and then other things got in the way.
and then just gave up. Like, Athleen's not like that. So
She had one
hopefully,
thing to do.
hopefully the family will see that.
Okay. Lavina. Take Callus to your bedroom.
Finally.
That's not my favorite place.
Sorry, I forgot you like to do it next to the snakes. Okay.
Yes. No, I kind of stumble down and lead him to the snake pits, which is like it basically is fitted like a giant arena that overlooks a massive pit of snakes where they dump people. And it's empty because there's no current feeding happening. So it would be very empty, and it's just like an empty arena where the two of them can go sit and watch snakes made in a pit.
There's a lot of snake sex going on.
I'm just trying to see if I have anything that would help sober you up. There is.
Oh, she's got something. Okay. All right, here we go.
Because he wouldn't want to start opening secrets up to a drunk person, even if it's Lavina.
Not a bad idea. Well, okay, so Lavina, she kind of leads you over and she'll gesture to it. Let me pull up the right character sheet. Hang on. I was not ready for Lavina today. She actually, when you guys arrive, she has some kind of small, like, little vial around her neck. And she takes one of her giant fingernails, and you see her, like, dip it in and pull out some kind of white powder, and she sniffs it, like, direct up her nose as you guys arrive. And she seems a bit more lucid afterwards. I'll say that.
Hell of a
Basically.
I mean, that's exactly what that is.
Yeah, it's and she is, I think it's actually sweet sleep that you can do that with, but it and it kind of like shakes her, and she says, she kind of shivers as she sits in a very lounging position on this giant arena and overlooks the snake, and she says, I have a feeling our time will be short. What do you want?
Genuinely, it's good to see you.
I would agree. I am surprised to say I miss you and your family. And she kind of like hiccups a last drunken belch.
Caliph might even give like a very light chuckle. You might not miss them if you were still there now.
Oh, more drama.
You know the family. Of course.
I know them, yes.
Yes, things are tumultuous. War, banners raised, men taken from their families to fight in a front line not to return. Secrets pouring through the house.
Your father is well?
He's alive. He just came back from war.
I take that to mean he is in the care of Maester Raphael.
And he is as you described him, a good man. The only one I've put my trust into so far since you've left.
Yes, good man.
For what it's worth, the problems at home have been rectified to the best of my capabilities. Though it
Then I am sure if you have handled it, you have done it well.
would have been better if you were there, Lavina.
I am flattered by your words, but I will tell you, Caliph, I think you're the only one who feels this way.
Well, then the rest are blind. But then again, they think their problems just get fixed in the nether.
Most people do. I
You should
really
come
thought,
back,
I cannot do this, Caliph. Your father would never let me step foot on those lands, and more
My
importantly, your sister would burn me at the stake.
Which sister?
You know which sister.
I don't. Which one would kill you?
I do not think Eileen has it in her to kill anyone. As for Liana, well...
You have missed so much.
I have been quite bored here, Caliph.
That's why I want you to come back, Lavina.
And
by the end of it, I would hope you take Liana with you and run off.
I do not know what to say to this. The last time I feel everyone did before I left.
Only recently for myself. Help me. Help me fix the house. Take Liana with you when we're done.
I cannot take her. She has to willingly come.
And you think she wouldn't?
No, not anymore.
I don't think you know Liana as well as you thought you did.
I'm afraid she is heartbroken. I know I am.
Heartbroken by a decision she had no choice over. This time we'll give her a choice. But the house is falling apart. Beyond my control, I don't have enough hands to stop the leaks. The Maester has helped. Eileen has committed murder.
She takes another bump. I'm sorry.
Like
you
I said,
your sister has committed murder. I am going to stop you there. Why? Why would I come back? What can I possibly help do, Kelly?
clean house and set things in order while the war rages on. I'm not sure my father's gonna make it.
And why would you tell this to me? If your family is destined for the grave, your sister is supposed to be married to my brother. Our families are technically intertwined.
That won't happen if the families won't exist. There is no family to intertwine if we fall to war.
So
and I tell you this because you're the only other person I ever trusted while you were there. You know this. It's the reason I got you out alive. Masks are off, much like to the Maester. I bear myself in honesty with you and the Maester alone.
Okay.
The mother is dead, taken care of. The heir of the house is a 6-year-old.
Khaled, I'm a bit overcome. What happened to that wine? She like dabs her head. Is it hot?
I will drink after we've talked.
Okay. What is it that I can do, though?
Work for me. I have a place. I have a few places with a few people that I know and I pay. You come back and you work for me. Take out people that need to be taken out.
I am not a murderer. I did that once in my life.
Well, perhaps my words are vague. Taken out doesn't mean murder. If that means escorting them to safety or getting them out of town, so be it. The people that I rely on to do that are new, green. You could teach them. You could educate.
How does Declan feel about all of this?
Declan, I have a feeling, understands how I work and doesn't ask questions because he doesn't want to know the answer.
Declan does... So much has changed.
Realities have come bearing to the forefront faster than the family would like. If it helps, the family asked me directly to clean up one of their messes, so they at least know how I operate. Maybe not what I do, but how. There's a trust there.
Okay, Calith.
You think I
I
came to
can-
say hi and smile and give you hugs? You know,
I sure hope so. I mean, it'd only be proper in Dorne to at least drink before dumping your problems on the table.
you were already drunk.
You said something to me before I left the last time. You asked me if my brother was fit to rule. And my blind love, I always said yes. I realize now this is a lie. He is not fit to rule. When I got back to Dorne, I stupidly brought this point up to my father. I told him I was ready to take my place as the heir of the family, and he told me no.
Then he's a fool.
Yes, most men are.
I don't disagree. Ithleen, for what it's worth, as young as she is and as many mistakes as she's made, has potential to be an incredible ruler. She is good with words. She is friendly. If the marriage goes through and her house stands, she could help guide your brother.
She could. She seems to already be a better fit than Lyanna.
As you know, Lyanna is volatile. Ithleen may think I dislike her, but there's promise in her. Everything I do is to push her in the right direction.
I'm not a subtle
When-
person.
When Lavina actually sits back and like sighs, Calith will actually sit back as well and give a exasperated sigh.
Yoy, Calith, I feel you must be in dire straits to come to me in such genuine honesty.
There would have
So
been
I-
genuine honesty between us had time allowed.
Yes. I have to ask you something though. Remind me again why you have not taken the place as rightful heir to your family.
I do not wish to, nor do I see myself fit to lead. It's not my place, and I wish.
I said the same thing about
Declan
my
would be a better
family.
leader. Declan
Declan-
should be on the throne, not me.
Declan is a wildling,
And therein lies the problem.
and no matter how good he is at his job, his blood says he is not fit to sit
We
to
have
lead your
Jason.
father's house. How old is Jason now?
Is he 6 still, or is he 7 now?
He's going to be 7 in a couple of months.
Burgeoning on 7 years old. He's got time. We'd have to have a regent council in place, and I'd happy to set one up. Do I look fit to rule? Lavina, everything I've done, and you can make assumptions as to what it is that I have or have not done, has been in service to the family, much like everything you have ever done. If I step forward and ask to rule, it'll then cast doubt on everything I've ever performed as a selfish action, when they have been anything but. I owe my family everything. I have a life and a position because of them.
I used to say this. My life was in duty to my family. They don't even want me here. Your family doesn't even want me there. I am so very, very lost, Calith.
Sometimes what a family wants and what a family needs is diametrically opposed.
This may be true.
It's not maybe true, Lavina, it is true.
So if your family is so quick, the walls around them are burning and they are, how you say, each of them failing in their own right, why don't you just leave?
There's genuine, his eye contact will break. There's genuine silence for 10 seconds, 15 seconds. He breathes and he leans forward. I've been thinking about leaving for a long time.
You are
But
not one to think on something for too long.
I love my family. I wish them to be safe. Even if the house no longer stands, I wish my siblings to be safe before I go anywhere. They deserve that.
Do they? Do they deserve that? This is something I drink on every morning as I stand on the edge of that snake pit, debating whether or not to jump in. Do they deserve it? The energy, the efforts, the lies, the blood that you spill, the things that you do. Do they deserve it?
They're not perfect. They've made mistakes and said stupid things. But in the end, everything they do, they believe they do for the right reasons.
I believe everybody believes what they do is for the right reasons. This is what I told myself for years after I slit my brother's throat. So, was it the right move? I do not know. Now my family is destined to have a simple child rule it for the next generation.
And that is
Because
your
I
choice. They have you. They could choose you. But that is their choice. Yes, whether my family is a family fit to lead or not, that doesn't change the fact that I care about them. Even if they live lives as peasants from here on out. They deserve to live. And Liana's best choice, and Liana's best hope for life and happiness outside of the home is life next to the one that she truly loves.
Where we will live in hiding?
If the house falls, you don't have to hide. You can go wherever you wish.
And live as two women? In hiding? We'll never be able to live inside of a city.
Could you not move to Dorne and live as two women here?
I guess I could. I'd have to leave my family behind.
It seems like you're ready to do that already.
Hmm.
I'm offering you another option than sitting here and being drunk every single day.
I like being drunk. All right, Callis. Make a hard bargain.
You would be welcome.
It is... Would I, though? If I walked back through that door, Declan would put a blade through me so fast.
You would
Because
be back
he
in the
was-
city because my family wouldn't know you'd be there. And part of me thinks that Declan might not run you through anymore. He's gone through a lot himself. How quickly a year can change a person.
All right.
I'm sure the Maester would be happy to see you.
What I would not give to hug that crippled old man.
Come back with me when you can. He is a very good man. You have told me nothing but truth since I've known you, and I'm trying to do the same now.
All right, Callis. Here's what I will do. Not that anybody in the family will miss me. I will come back, but I will not come back with you. If I'm going to make my travels, it needs to be done under cover, guys. I cannot simply pack my bags and come back with you. My family knows that something was wrong, that I was sent back here under great shame. That is something they have not let me forget.
Take your time, do as you will. When you return, Jamie and the Ocean's Embrace works for me.
Lavina son. Possible heir to House Shea, and now she works in a brothel.
No, I would never put you to work in a brothel, Lavina. That's something you do on your own.
Here's the thing, Kenneth. I do not need a brothel to do my best work.
So Declan says.
Trust me, Declan would not know if somebody smacked him upside the face. He is so oblivious.
Back, someone's talking about him.
Speaking of oblivious, and I lean in really, really close to Calith. If things go awry, what is your plan then?
Become a maester. To the Citadel. Where I saw myself in my old age anyway.
We could leave.
I won't say no.
Just a thought. We are two peas of same pod.
That's why I'm so open.
And it is difficult to find somebody who truly understands what it is to give everything to a family, who will never let you see the benefits of being one. I will see you in a few months' time. I must settle things here and get eyes off of me before I can simply leave.
Keep ears on the ground about the war, in case it slows down your travels.
By boat?
Potentially, the Ironborn, wherever they end up lying on the war, they could cause problems. I should see Athene.
Yes, of course. I should drink some more.
It was good to see you, Lavina. I'm eager to work with you again.
It is good to see you too, Calith. More than I suspected. Let us hope that the rest of your family greets me with such vigor, huh?
Fingers crossed. And he'll smile and push himself off the chair. He'll give you a polite bow as he does, and he will shuffle his way out.
She kind of waves and leans back and watches the pits as he walks off.
Okay.
Beyond that, I would head to the boat, wait for Athene to be done with her job.
Okay, Athene, you want to negotiate for some grain?
Yes, actually. I will mention the situation and winter is coming. If there's anything they could do to help in the food department, because we may need some aid.
Do you want to go sleep with Lavina while you're here?
Anybody else need a little taste of Lavina?
No, but before I leave, I will, give Lavina goodbyes and tell her, or I will give her the goodbye that the Maester had requested.
Oh yeah, the kiss from the Maester.
I will definitely do that, but no, I will not go sleep with Lavina.
Where do you give her that kiss?
On the cheek.
Which
is it poisoned?
cheek?
Oh God, is it poisoned?
This is not. My cheeks are not poisoned.
Just like,
Well, you've got
I may
four
be
cheeks to
volatile,
pick.
but damn.
you never know.
But
Okay, no.
The left cheek is always poisoned, and if you can't remember that,
That's on you.
Wait, your left or my left? Your left or my left?
Lavina will greatly receive that and kiss you back, and she will simply kind of whisper in your ear in a final kind of embrace. Give Liana my best.
She'll nod at that before she leaves.
And Lavina picks up the Dornish wine that's been sitting in the sun that was left on the docks by Calith.
Yep. Did Athene need to bargain for money
Yes.
or something?
Yeah. So if you can just roll me a stewardship roll and a persuasion convince.
Stewardship. Okay. Stewardship first, and then persuasion convince.
Ooh. Reasonable. You could trade at the standard market value. Sure.
Okay, I'll take it.
Is this a conversation that Lavina would have been on? Because she would have helped make that argument, if at all possible, for their need for supplies.
That's why you could get in the door and do it,
okay.
despite the fact there's no price increase really for the war going on.
Okay. Oh, I guess
Yeah.
that's a plus then. We still get they get the benefit of the doubt there. Okay.
Yeah. And so this effectively is wealth can be traded for any other stat, but it does cost 2 points of wealth to up any other stat by 1. In this case, you'd be probably upping either effectively like your land, because it's the quality of your land, like you're getting more grain out of it effectively, or possibly you could say your defense in that you have more stockpiles. It's up to you how you want to describe this. Or power
Okay.
if you want to just use it as power.
I would say maybe land. So like 2 wealth for 1 land to increase essentially our resources,
You
our
could drop
food.
4 wealth to land. That would get you up to 30 land.
There we go.
Okay, 4 wealth, 2 land. Okay, yeah. I would be happy to negotiate that.
Cool. You aren't using that wealth anyway, so that drops your wealth to 26, and your land goes up to
Nicely done, Ithleen.
30.
Does Calith approve?
Killing it.
As long as you know, didn't end up with like you made $5 and lost half your land. We're good.
Look, it's okay. She got foreign troops stationed on your soil. It's fine.
Yeah, super, super great. Thank God they're the Stade Walls and it wasn't the fucking Lannisters.
Oh man, yeah.
No, it's not the Stade Walls. It's the Davenmars.
Who do they work for?
This
They're married.
Oh,
They're, like,
okay.
part of the Stade Walls.
same
Devon-
side.
They're married
Mar's
into
thing.
the
As long as
Stade
they're
Walls.
on the good side.
They
Yeah.
are under House Blackwood, I believe. So, not the phrase.
Okay.
Right.
Well, yeah. And then after that, we'll sell off.
Calith, you've been doing research during this time. You said last episode you wanted to research Mage.
Yeah, because Declan brought up a woman named Mage, so I wanted to do some research.
Make me a knowledge roll.
Nice. Knowledge research?
Yup.
Sweet. 16. 2 6s, though.
2 6s on the 16. Yeah. And it's been, by this point, it's probably been 3
Couple
months
months,
since you
yeah.
started out. It was 1.5 months until we started this, then the travel time and the waiting for him to arrive back. Probably up to 3 months now. So yeah, 3 months and you got 2 6s. Scattered references. There is a reference to a advisor to someone at the Defiance of Duskendale who seems to match that description. Not the name, but the description. The Defiance of Duskendale was... Oh god, how many years ago was that now? Let's just figure out the time skip. Let me just check this, because I think this is perfect. Yeah. About 20, 22 years, around there.
All right, so like around when I was like 1 or like bornish, somewhere around there,
Just before you were born.
just before I was born.
Somewhere around a year before you were born, maybe a little less.
Okay. So someone matching her description was at the Defiance of Duskendale 20 some odd years ago. Okay, I don't know what the Defiance of Duskendale is out of game, so I don't know if he would know.
So the
in-game.
Defiance of Duskendale was what possibly sent King Ares mad. One of his subjects was like, I'm not paying taxes anymore because I want to be an independent province. And because of that, things got a little bit weird, and it ended up with, yeah, let's just kill everyone that was involved.
Okay.
A lot of people were called down, including Lord Torrent Rook, and a lot of people went down to just basically besiege Duskendale, and then they just killed a whole lot of people.
Gotcha.
You find like the odd references to someone called Mage, and you get a description. You even probably have like a vague charcoal drawing. And from that, you manage to get the description enough that you then search and go through books. And the most recent tale you have would be that one, which was, 20 years ago.
Do we know what she was doing there or no?
No, she was an advisor to someone, by the sounds of it.
Advisor
Yeah.
to someone. That's
Yeah.
fine.
So
That's
the TLDR on that entirely is that the king was like, no, you don't need to go attack them. I will go sort it and talk to them. It's fine. King goes in, gets taken captive, and is taken captive for several months, which is why he goes crazy.
Right.
So she was there during that.
Yep.
Great.
And the siege wasn't lifted due to, strength of arms. It was because Barristan Selmy climbed over the wall, killed a load of guards, climbed into the castle, grabbed the king, snuck out of the castle.
Jeez. All right, cool. Noted. I've got it written down.
Yup. So, travel back.
Should I roll again to try to heal him while they're gone?
Yes, you'll need to do one more roll.
Close looking.
Oh no, it's every week, so yeah, that'd be 4 more rolls. So give me one roll.
So treat injury.
Yep, the threshold is lower because he hasn't moved.
Okay, well, that's good. That was a 17.
That's 1 wound gone.
Okay, treating injuries. 16.
Another wound gone.
Okay, treating this one. How many times I'm rolling? You said 4. There's a 23.
Really good. Another wound is gone, and one more.
Okay. Make it so. Oh, 15. Ooh.
15. Let me check the thresholds on the thing.
Wasn't very good. I could potentially use the literal last. I think I have one more. Let me double check my inventory. I have one more fire milk, which would improve the healing die. I could add one more die to that.
So you'd have to declare before you rolled it, but
that would be the only way to make it because I don't have a destiny.
You do make that threshold just.
Okay, perfect. Just is fine.
So he is fully healed up.
Okay, awesome.
Right. So a little time passes. While you're doing all the healing, while the boat is traveling, while negotiations are happening, you get a letter. Mr. Raphael. And everyone who is there will be brought to a council to read this because it's addressed to Lord Tommen, where it's going to be read out. It's from Lord Stannis Baratheon. King Stannis Baratheon! All men know me as the true-born son of Stephen Baratheon, Lord of Storm's End, by his lady wife, Cassandra of House Estamont. And I declare upon the honour of my house that my brother Robert left no true-born heirs, the boy Joffrey, the boy Tommen, and the girl Myrcella, being born of incest between Cersei Lannister and her brother Sir Jaime Lannister, the Kingslayer. By right of birth and blood, I do this day lay claim to the Iron Throne of Westeros. Let all true men declare their loyalty. Done in the light of the Lord, under the sign and seal of Stannis of the House of Baratheon, first his name, King of the Andals and the First Men, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, and Protector of the Realm. The light of the Lord. Yep. That's definitely something Declan's gonna pick up on, and when it's read out.
I'll consult with my people.
Ooh.
You're gonna
And by my
contact
people,
your
I mean the
peeps.
sire. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, I'll do that after the meeting, but
Yeah, not in the meeting itself. Like, give me a sec.
yeah, no,
We're good.
he's at least a little brighter than that.
Okay. Sure. Right.
How's Tommen? How's Tommen in this? Is Tommen fine?
I mean, like, if he's back, wouldn't we want to have this conversation with him?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So he reads that out to you all. Declan's gonna consult his peeps later. Puts the note down. Doesn't make much of a difference.
How so, my lord?
We serve House Tully. House Tully serves the king in the north.
Be smart. Stay out of battles that do not belong to us.
My fear is the battles that do not belong to us may be at our door already.
Lord, am I currently needed?
Declan, your advice and opinion is always needed. But if you've got somewhere more important to be.
I will follow you, Lord. So long as it remains, and so long as it is true. And that you continue to value my opinion. But I do have some things to think over. Are you expected to write with Raven immediately?
I was not going to. As far as I'm aware, many others have received a similar message.
Who else is in attendance at this meeting right now?
Not Ewan, because he's no longer important for the meeting because he was there to guard. Scepter Weiler wouldn't. This is above her. Just be you, Liana, Maester Raphael. I think that's it.
Has he gone to check on his wife? Have we had like how mobile, I guess, is he?
This would happen about 2 weeks into his healing. So he's got 2 wounds left.
Okay.
So he's like probably like being carefully helped around. Like he's still having to take the careful, do not do anything exertion wise or you get negative healing.
How about Yennefer? You know, his wife's personal caretaker.
If you deliberately kept her away from him, then you wouldn't have talked to her.
Okay.
Maester Raphael would be trying to.
Yeah, that'd be relatively easy for you to do. Won't even need a roll. She's a maid, and you could just say he needs to heal, he needs to have nothing strenuous going on, or whatever.
I at least would like to wait until we have Ithilien and Caliph back.
Sure.
Before we tell him?
I mean, ideally, if they're not going to be gone long, right?
They'll be
It's what,
gone another few weeks.
2 week, yeah, it's like a 2 week trip there and a 2 week trip back, right, E?
Yeah.
Didn't you just say it was 4 weeks, though? They should be arriving any time.
So they'll be gone for about a month and a bit, so 4 weeks is a good number. So they'll be back in probably like
Days.
2 weeks or something. It's been 2 weeks at this point.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's still got 2 wounds left. This is halfway through the healing process. You'd get this.
Then
If you want to spring something on him, he does have negatives to being able to insight you right now. Just saying.
I understand, but I'm definitely not going to game the game for honesty's sake.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm having a hard time. Declan's probably having a very hard time looking at Liana.
Can I pick up on that? Is it obvious?
Make an insight empathy roll.
It also depends entirely on what Liana is doing.
Straight face, just looking at you occasionally and then just doing normal stuff.
That's a 21 with 2 6s.
Yeah, you definitely pick up on Declan's side. You might even occasionally pick up on Liana's side.
I let that happen. I go, my lord, shall I escort you back to your chambers? You should rest. If there is no action to be taken.
Okay. Fine. I do wish to talk to you about something as well on the way back.
I am always here to talk to. Come, my lord. As we exit, my old head creaks around a little too far behind me as I make eyes at Declan, like, the hell is going on? Get that, like, crotchety old man eye over my shoulder.
Classic stink eye.
It's just super classic old man stink eye as I take the Lord out. You can probably assume rightfully that he's not happy about not telling the Lord yet, and he's definitely not happy about what the fuck ever's going on between you and Liana.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stand, compose myself, and not quite looking at her, explain that your sister is not here yet and will still be 2 weeks. You should be prepared to tell your father.
He's going to ask to see my mother at some stage.
You should be prepared.
I'm prepared as best I can.
Good. Alert me when you do. I wish to be there.
Really? I thought you didn't like this sort of thing.
I don't. But he has the right to know that his wife is dead, and that all else has been cared for to the best of our ability.
I'm sorry about the other day.
No, you're not.
I am a bit. I just needed something. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You know exactly what you did.
I do.
You can be a bit of a bother.
You can be rather rigid and stuck in your ways.
This is true. Speak clearly next time. You circle the truth much. And then I'll look to her finally. Things might go your way if you're just honest.
1 second. Maybe next time I will be then.
I'll leave.
Okay.
I'd go to the flame.
Okay.
It's been rather unsettling since, you brought up my homie, Big R, up there.
My homie.
Okay. Roll me will.
Yeah. I'm gonna bask in my my point usage here too. So Destiny point burned for this. Or used, not burned. And I'm gonna pious this.
Oh.
Very mediocre. I'm gonna luck roll that one because I feel like that was very under.
Yeah, it was very meh.
29's much better.
29 is good. Oh. That's a 29. Okay. Sure. I've got something in the future for you.
Do you now?
You see a bed. In it, 2 figures.
As it might be.
One of whom dark hair, noble features. The other of whom lighter hair. Slightly more tanned. But overlaying them both are flickers of other images. Overlaying him, a wolf. A large wolf. You'd recognize a dire wolf. Overlaying her, a field of clams.
Do I gather any other features about these people?
Make me a breeding roll.
That's not exceptional. 15's almost as best as I can do, though.
You would recognize that would be Robb Stark.
Okay.
King in the North. And from what you know of heraldry, you've seen that heraldry.
What is the clam?
Clams on a sand background. Westerling. A Lannister-aligned house.
Well, that changes things. The dire wolf lay with a clam. Okay. There's no innuendos there, just waiting to happen. Man, what else can I see? What else does the fire tell me? I'll even go as far as using additional destiny point for it.
Okay. I'll let you know if you can see anything if your will roll is high enough.
Even if it's a different vision.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, okay. Spend me a destiny point.
Got it. We got one left.
You see the sea out front of a cliff that has a long winding path that leads up to a castle and a small village. And the sea begins to rise up. It ensnares and traps boats on top of it. Thick coils of water, reminiscent of tentacles, dragging the boats down and crushing them. The water continues on until it breaks against the cliff and begins to climb, covering the steps single step by single step as it makes its way to the top. And begins to envelop the hamlet and the castle.
I've seen something like this before.
Mm-hmm. This is pretty much almost literally the same vision you've had before. Slight differences here and there.
Only before I was more or less guided and explained that this might be the fight of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any passing descriptor that follows that as well? Any words, any clarity?
Yeah, with 20 will, how many sixes did you get? Just the one.
One, yeah.
One of those boats that's almost near shore. You recognize it as a House Rook boat that was sent to Dorne.
Time to die.
Okay, I will break away immediately from the vision, unless it keeps me. Because there was a point where it kept me for a long time, if you recall.
Yep. Make a will roll.
You got it. 18.
Yeah. The vision breaks. The fire in front of you crackles.
I'll stand and immediately find a lord.
Okay. Mr. Raphael!
Yes.
I wish to see my wife. I've been gone too long.
I understand, my lord. Come, make yourself comfortable. I should check your wounds today. I'll sit him down and start the process of does these hurt on a scale of, pain to death? Where are you? As I check him up and down. My lord. I am torn about what to say.
Declan, you burst in.
Declan?
Maester, Lord. Are there any guards?
There are two out front. You've got two with you?
We'll have the room. Leave.
Yes. Head out.
Urgent, Declan?
Yes. I'll step to the Lord immediately. Do you remember when I arrived on the steps? When I fought for the hamlet?
Yes.
I told you I had a vision.
You did?
I just had another vision. There will be another fight. The Ironborn are coming. A fleet enraptured and taking control of Rook's Roost, the castle. And between their ships was a single returning Rook fleet, returning from Dorne.
You mean Ithleen and Callus' ship?
I'll nod. I would not tell you if I did not believe this were urgent.
Get word to the Davamar forces to redeploy theirs along the steps and at the port. Get our navy ready.
I'll do anything I can, immediately. Maester can use and Raven to deafen my forces.
Of course.
I will head back out, and I'm gonna wrangle our garrison.
Okay. So just so Dot has an understanding. So the vision showed their ships and Ithleen and Caliph arriving at the same time? Okay. Okay.
I'm sure I would have had more information if I would have rolled higher, but...
Sure. And I'm again, the Maester is to understand that the Ironborn are coming to attack, not simply land.
No. The tentacles were basically rising step by step, and they took over Rook's Roost in the castle.
Okay, so I don't know that so what is the threat here? So our concern is the incoming fleet that's going to attack, correct? That's what we believe is going to happen?
As depicted for my vision, yeah.
Okay, so who are we sending this Raven to? Just to Davamar forces? That we're expecting an oncoming attack based on your vision?
We were just hoping for preparation. Maybe not necessarily anything noticeable, or maybe we caught wind of it. It's at this point, if I'm leaving to ready people, that's between you and the Lord, so.
Okay. I'm just just make sure I understand.
Sure. You can just effectively tell the Davamar forces in your land, which, you don't have.
We would like them to
control
be
over,
ready.
You're saying, yeah, we're expecting an attack sometime. Also, can you cover the port because we're expecting an attack by sea?
Okay, so I guess the Maester's just trying to figure out what I need to decipher outwards. Okay, so we have whatever belief we believe that we're going to be attacked by sea, and we want the Davamar forces to go ahead and set up
to cover that eventuality.
To cover the entrance. Okay, yes, great. That letter goes out, no problem.
Sure, that gets sent off. The ships get readied. Note, your ships aren't green; they're regular, so. They're not terrible, unlike everything that happened at the battle earlier.
Yeah, we had
and Dorne hasn't sent any fleets, right? Like, that was the whole point, is that we were merging naval fleets? Okay.
Yeah, that was going to be it wasn't merging naval fleets so much as a common trade route, and you could report in other person's land, etc. But that would happen at the culmination of your marriage. Yeah, so. Declan, roll me a command roll.
Mm-hmm.
The garrison will work for the castle. If you take them out of the castle, they suffer negatives, but they will guard the castle no matter what.
4, 5, 6, 15.
Yeah, it's quite reasonable. They're ready. It's only one unit. No issue. A little time goes past. The Davamar forces prepare. The Navy prepare. They send out more picket ships, more guard ships, waiting. That opportunity. And waiting. And time passes.
How long would it take the Davamar forces to arrive?
Not long. They're in your land. They're guarding your area. They'd probably be near the castle at all times. So, probably takes them, 12 hours or something from when they get word. Just to move the forces over and then redeploy and then just sit down. Not long at all. You get word that Rob has reached the Golden Tooth. He begins to besiege the Westerling household. Stannis besieged Storm's End.
Yeah, it's not at all bizarre for me to have had that vision of Robb and the clan and not care. I just wait. Yeah, just flat out waiting.
Okay. I just need to get a reply from someone in Discord real quick.
Yep, working on it. Yeah.
Yep. Is that a yep?
Yeah, I mean, she would have chosen Caliph, told her that by sea was better than by land, so.
Yep. That's perfect.
Lavina die on a ship coming.
I will haunt you for your life, Caliph. If you told me to go by sea and I walk right into a trap,
I said,
Lavina, it's going.
I literally said, keep your ear to the ground. I don't know where the Ironborn are going to fall.
It's true. He did say that. So Luvina's going to, okay, here's the thing.
That.
Luvina's going to spend a week trying to fall into the background. Okay, just so that you know. We'll just make it clear to everybody. She would use a week to try to just kind of disappear off the map. She doesn't want people asking questions of her. The moment nobody's asking for her, she's going to kind of just dissipate. Whether it's by land or by sea, she's going to put her ear to the ground and decide which is the safest route.
Yeah.
Is by land or by sea better? She'll go whichever way's best. But
Honestly,
she would be about 7 days behind them.
Yeah, the information you have, land means you have to go up through a war zone.
Right, so I'm
sea
going to go by
currently
sea.
Like the problem is that the Ironborn have no one has any inclination the Ironborn are going to attack, other than apparently Declan because he rolled so well.
That's okay. So then Luvina would take a very small, like one-man boat and make her way very quietly up the coast.
Lavina would row across the ocean in a dinghy.
It will take you a long time to do that. If
No,
you just get,
I
like,
would
a
definitely
smaller-
have a sail. I would
Yeah,
definitely
but-
not hand row myself. Luvina does not work that hard for anything but sex. So,
Yeah, like you should
and
just
none of that's been promised to her for this trip.
probably just get yourself like a small merchant vessel, like a tiny little
Yep.
one, just so that
Yep.
someone else is on the sail rather than just a one-person one, because that means you'll be downtime all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so you just find like a tiny little merchant vessel that's going the same way or whatever, and you just jump aboard, pretend to be someone else or whatever. Totally makes sense. You're 7 days behind them. That's fine. Right. So.
Oh, I feel like we put E in such a bind. Listen to that sigh.
Yep.
I wasn't supposed to know.
History is
Need to
changing.
figure out the new
Yeah.
time. Okay, right. Declan.
Yes.
One day, when you're going between the castle and the forces stationed on the coast, just doing the check, you hear from a nearby alleyway. Well, hello there, Declan.
I recognize the voice.
Been having some visions, have we?
Mage.
Have they shown
Yeah.
you much?
Enough. Enough to be weary. Have you?
I've seen enough. A new king rises.
When one falls, three stand.
Or, by my count, soon to be 5.
I was never good at counting.
Tell me, why have you not gone to serve your king?
Which king would that be? Would it be Robb Stark?
That is the king of your liege lord.
Would it be Renly or Stannis Baratheon?
Stannis
Oh.
is the one who signs all his proclamations under the light of the Lord.
And the light of the Lord would have me at his feet, serving him.
That's what he claims.
I've been given no message. The light of the Lord, the fire, has not told me to leave. In fact, it has told me of a tidal wave coming for this place. Much as it did 10 years ago. If you think that Stannis is in need, Mage, you can support him.
I don't intend to. My duty is here.
Then why ask if I will go?
I'm curious as to your loyalty. Many people have fled to him. Even now, Catelyn Stark goes to him.
And who is Stannis loyal to? Is he loyal to the Lord, or is it a convenience? Has he always been loyal?
He's loyal to Westeros. And he's loyal to the Lord.
I serve the fire, as it asks, and in my own way. Interpretation is difficult. But he knows that he must be clear. Because I am thick-headed. Nothing is very clear to me. I do as I must. And if he wills it, then I will see to it. Until then, I protect Lord Tommen and what is important to him.
Good. Because my duty here is not finished, and until it is, I doubt yours will be.
I figured as much. We were both drawn here for a reason. I just much earlier, as far as I know.
There is another.
Have you seen the Kraken? The tentacles rising.
Only what you have told me. Your gift
What is
is
your
not
other
the same
purpose?
as mine.
And what is yours?
You. Do you know of a third person here who shares that affinity?
For the flame? No. You are only the second I've met. At least here, in these lands.
No one in the household? No one who took an interest in your work?
Are you suggesting the Maester?
No.
Well, it is not Tommen.
I've heard there was a woman. She
Lavina?
died many years ago.
Hmm. There was a woman who had died many years ago, who was struck by visions. But I was never told whether those visions were related to the fire, to the Lord. Is that why you're here?
You're referencing the wife?
Yes.
Okay. Make it a deceive roll. She didn't die many years ago.
I can't lie.
Okay.
I mean, I can try it, but I have to reroll 6s.
Reroll it.
3.
Okay.
But I mean, I didn't say wife. I said a woman that
There was a
died
woman
many years ago.
who died. Well, yes, but you did state that a woman died many years ago who had visions.
Yeah. If not her, then whom?
I thought it was a woman who died many years ago as well. But I was drawn here because I saw that she didn't die. And just like you, she needs guidance. I wish to see her.
Do you have a description? Anything that I can work with here? Mage, there are many women of the area.
You
But you're
know of
speaking
whom I
of one
speak,
particular.
Declan. Why? Why so coy?
Adam, is she referring to the wife now? Because she said that she's alive, so
She seems to think that the woman's still alive, that she didn't die 5 years ago. 6 years ago.
as far as being coy, I'm not. Just tell me whom you look for, so that I might point you in the direction. Remember, Mage, I'm not playing your games anymore.
A woman who died in childbirth, but didn't, 6 years ago. A secret kept in this very house.
She's dead. She was slain. And a secret that will remain to this very house. She was killed.
That cannot be. Things were not in motion.
Then I suggest you look back to the flame, as you may have been led astray. The woman breathes no more.
What fell hand slew this woman?
Someone who is also dead.
Not the hand that wielded the knife, the hand that wielded the hand.
This is something I am unclear of,
Only one with power
Something.
could do that.
and I'm trying to determine whom. But the fire doesn't tell me. It shows me images of other houses, of other things that I care not for. I wish desperately to serve the Lord, but how can I help the wolf? What do I care of the clam? I care about the tentacles rising, taking good men for another's greed. The woman you seek is dead. The hand who slayed her is dead. The hand that guideth the hand is still unknown to me. These are the truths.
Your connection to the Lord is obviously faltering.
Quite the reverse. I feel it is stronger than ever. The cold no longer takes at my back, and it burns brightly within me.
Make a will
I
roll.
followed. Okay. 50.
You can strongly feel the cold at that. As you try to deny it, that slight sensation which had begun to be pushed away comes back like icicles digging into you.
If anything, I've got fortitude. I'll weather the storm. The fire persists on.
Perhaps you should go to this Stannis. If he is what he claims, maybe it can re-enliven you.
Perhaps you can make things greater here. If all is well and I am no longer needed in these lands, then I will rove on as the flame guide me. If the fire is weak, I will be left here to die, as all men do. One cannot live forever. I'll fall to a blade. I know this, as I'm no greater a man. But my time here is not over.
Very well. It matters not.
Now, Mage, if you happen to hear the flame speak unto you, and show you the hand that guided the hand, do us both and the Lord a favor, and tell me. And I've never said it, but on this once, I will. Please.
Of course. Whether killed, one of our own needs to be brought.
Held accountable for their actions, at the very least.
If we don't stick together, what are we?
Lost. Burned out.
Cold and dead.
Good word to me, Mage. I'll be roving the shoreline, waiting for the Ironborn.
A chill rises in the north.
And a kraken calls from the sea.
And from the south, the lion roars.
That is a problem for future Declan.
Maybe the only way is east. Good luck with your many enemies.
I'll show them why I'm called Ironsbane. Good luck, Mage. I wish to hear from you soon.
May your
I want to
fire
put
run
this to
hot
rest.
enough.
And the cold stay away from you.
Okay, need to do a roll.
My.
Okay. Okay. With that, a little time passes. Italine, Calith. Roll me that awareness check. Notice, please.
Bet you see a ship. Or 70.
Oh my god.
Rough
Declan,
rolls.
you may also make an awareness check.
Really?
There's a higher threshold, but
11.
do you, by the way, shun the cold power that you've got?
I don't shun it. It's shown me things. If the Great Other is going to try to win over this fight with R'hllor, he's got a lot of work. He's got some legwork ahead of him.
Bear in mind, you can still use it to look into the past.
That's dangerous for me.
Dangerous for a lot of people. He doesn't get to control exactly what it shows him.
That's true.
You know what? I'm going to follow the DM's lead here. I'm going to
I'm
will.
not necessarily leading, I'm just reminding you, it's a new power, you only got it recently, so...
Well, I mean, okay, then I won't look for it, but if it's going to seek me out, then I'll run with it.
Okay. In which case...
I think, how do you know when the ice is calling for you? There's an icicle growing off of your nose, Declan.
I do not see it. It's right in front of my nose. You feel a sharp pang of cold, and then a sudden recession. Flames near you flicker. Roll me will.
Yeah. It's not great. Not my best roll.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be high. I was looking for 12. You see a woman giving birth. A woman of fire and light. Less light and more fire rolled in upon itself. She gives birth to a shadow. Not something to be immediately feared. A shadow is cast by light. The light of R'hllor casts many shadows, and shadows serve the light. They move when the light moves. They flicker when the light flickers. It's nothing you have to be innately scared of, but this thing does fill you, even you, with a kind of guttural dread. And the shadow moves, makes its way into a castle. Out of a castle. Into a castle. Sorry. Into a castle. What am I talking about? Into a castle. Why am I going flip-flopping? Into a castle. And you see a crown fall. No, it was into a tent. It was into a tent, right? Am I just getting this wrong? It's into a tent.
It was a
Out of
tent.
tent.
It was
Out
a
of the
tent. Yeah,
castle,
you're
into a tent.
nailing it, EE.
It's a long session. Out of a castle.
I meant that genuinely. I didn't remember any of this until you brought it up, so you're doing better than me.
Got a lot of places to chuckle. It's a large world. Sorry, I need rebooting. Yeah, into a tent. And there are screams. And a crown falls.
Okay.
And you wake to hear bells.
What kind of bell do I hear? It's like,
It's the
Cock-a-doodle-doo,
warning bell to
or-
battle.
there we go. That's what I thought it would be.
Great, perfect one.
Yup.
Regulators, mount up.
Ethelene, Callith. On the horizon. Dark. You can just about see. A vessel. 2 vessels. 3 vessels. 4. 5. 6. All moving towards you. One of them peels off, going on a direct line, while the others start to pass. And that's where we're going to leave it for today.
Fuck!
I'm not here next week.
I was pretty sure you weren't going to get involved in fighting anyway, so...
Yeah, I can't. I'm craven anyway.
Yup.
I'm literally only fight if I'm backed into a corner and have no other option.
I was to say, I am here next week, right?
It's the week after you aren't.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Lavina's coming back, everybody.
Yay!
In her own weird way.
She's gonna hide. Lavina's like, how did you get roped into this? Midway through the boat trip, she becomes sober because she runs out of wine and is like, how did I get here? What happened?
I talked to you. Words happen.
Who talked me into this bullshit?
Lavina's going to be taken as a salt wife, and someone's going to realize that she is
Oh,
not a
man.
salt wife.
She is
No,
not
that
a salt
person will
wife.
not last long. That person will be dead shortly.
Yep.
She has no wife. She is salty.
From all the times anyway. Yeah, thank you, Mitchad, for supporting today's episode and making it possible to do all the things. Thank you very much. Yeah, we've got NPC nameless going up on the Patreon stuff, so fill that in, please. We've also got the Lord Tommen dice rolls of how awesome and how terrible the army were. Let's just be honest and say the army were terrible. He was a badass, so it was close. That'll be it. He did just got everything filled up. Full injuries, full wounds. But yeah, next episode, Declan, you gotta do actual battle.
Yeah, I do.
Yup.
Don't die.
This was a lot of session for Declan. Like, it was just a lot for him in his mental capacity.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm sad that Cat's not here next episode is I did have a thing for him, but I'm pretty sure that is going to be like the episode after.
I'll be here for that.
Yeah.
So that works.
I think that's the one I'm out.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
and Trace are at that
Same.
episode, which is actually works kind of. I could make that work very easily. 'Cause I've got
I'm
plans.
putting money down that Lord Tommen dies before he finds out his wife's dead.
Oh.
Fingers crossed, man.
I can feel it. I'm like, he played it so perfectly. The Maester was about to spill the beads, and he's like, and Declan enters. And I'm like, fuck.
Honestly, that Destiny Point usage and the whole seeing the Ironborn fleet is gonna really help you here. Because instead of, oh crap, we're being attacked, let's prep everything, it's, yeah, we were literally waiting for this.
Man, it's really going to make Declan look super valuable if he survives this.
Yeah, it will.
Just don't fall overboard with your armor.
I'm not going to fight on the dock. I'll go back to the steps. I'll relive my past.
Do you want to do that? Ithilene and Cadith might suffer.
Yeah, we'll be all
Damn
right.
it.
Okay, hold on. Fuck you very much. Listen, Declan's not a strong swimmer, man. I know what you're doing. I see the game that you play. Look, you either want me to kill Calith or you want me to drown. Pick your battle here, EE.
Why not both? You kill him,
I'm just gonna-
then you drown.
I'm gonna clothesline him off the docks. That's what's gonna happen. And we're just gonna do it together.
Snap my neck
Yeah.
on the way down.
The advantage you have is your entire war fleet are literally ready to go out of port at any moment's notice. And you can take some of the Davenars with you and just load
Yeah,
up
but
and
that
be
didn't
like,
get them off the water any faster. You can get their butts off the water.
it'll stop
That's
them being
nice.
just taken and just be like, yeah, we took Cadith and Ithilene, they're dead. We're getting to battle time. I'm not afraid to kill you guys in battle.
Well, the
Scare
Maester
friends.
he's already accepted that he's gonna die. If this castle's attacked, the Maester's dead. I know this.
It's
This is
a
after
castle,
show
at least you
material.
have- Yeah, true. Anyway, do all the things, support all the things, people. Ithilene, who are you? What are you doing when we find you, Tracy?
Miss Match Attack. Find me everywhere, Miss Match Attack. That's me. See you guys next week.
Yay! Dot, what about you?
I'm a dot. Today I've been two other people as well. It's great. It's fine. I'm really this episode was a lot of fun. And so many things happen that I didn't expect. You can find me online where I tell lots of stories and things happen that I don't expect. It's fine. I'm fine.
Okay, Mathis, what about you?
I'm at this games everywhere. Find me there. That's about it. I won't be here next week, so whatever happens to Calith is not my fault.
Like in the beginning. Remember when I was Caliph? Hey, it's not my fault. I didn't do it.
But it works every time.
Okay, and finally, but not least, Bob.
I'm overwhelmed all over the internet, mostly, especially with this game. But you guys can find me everywhere as the Bub or Not on everything. Just search me out. You get me.
I know you can be overwhelmed. And
You
I
can
know
be
you can be
underwhelmed.
underwhelmed. But can you
Can
just
you ever just be
whelmed?
Whelmed.
I love you so much, E. That's one of my favorite quotes ever from a
So
movie. This
good.
is why we're friends. It's just brilliant. I love that.
I need to
movie.
watch the movie again. Dot, come over, we can watch the movie.
Okay, fine.
Yay.
Love night.
EE, tell us about you. What are you doing? Where can we find you?
Hi, I am whelmed. Yeah, you can find me at twitch.tv/Elysium, where I have Rogue Trader on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, Borderlands on Thursday. You can also find me at youtube.com/Elysium, where I'm playing the end of Battlefleet Gothic Armada, and I've got a few other things coming, so look out for that. Yes, that's it. Cool. Right. Tips.
Darkblade, $2.50. Current score of Bubbing Mathis, 1.
Oh, current score of bubbing. Mathis 1, E 0. There we go. I haven't bubbed yet.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
We'll
Bubbing.
make it 2 soon, buddy.
Next season.
I don't know. Liana,
Every episode, Ollie ends with getting weird sex in an alley from a homeless person.
That's what I'm here
That
for.
is
Yeah.
not true.
That's your new bane. I've just given it to
yeah. You
I like
missed
New band.
everyone. You
Dirty alley
missed the
sex.
prep for like season 2 of VTM. Ollie's now running a brothel, so yeah.
Yep.
Chicago's Embrace. It's way grosser.
Chicago's Embrace.
That's what you call that? The Chicago embrace. Let me take you out. I can give you a Chicago embrace.
a Chicago embrace.
A proper Chicago embrace.
Come here. Let me lay one on you. Anyway, that's a thing. We're gonna go do an after show. Thank you
Terrible
for
taste in my
watching.
mouth.
That's because you should spit, dude. Anyway,
Oh, that's it. Bye, guys.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye.